So I'm going to start the recording. So welcome to session 40. And previously, you had been contacted by Jared after saving him when he was investigating the Grey Cult. You agreed to tail Tyrande and figure out where she goes at night and what her connection is to the Grey Cult. You investigated Kensing Carpentry, stealing a wagon and searching its content for drugs. You found evidence linking the operation back to X, G, and HV. You also learn the likely identity of at least one of those patrons. You are able to find the blue sand production and clues linking the nobility. During the process of investigating Kensing Carpentry, Galen, Devok, and Ire were arrested, but later released. You were able to infiltrate and listen in on a meeting at the Blackstone Blade, where you learned of the Walpurgin at the Metal Forgers Guild Hall, which is happening in a few days. You have attended the Valenstar celebration of Gadrak, where you met a number of nobles, Elru and Takra Razgar. During the event, you learned several things, such as the abandoned tunnels beneath the Sadaga district, which have some connection with a cult. You managed to tail Tyrande to an abandoned shop. After dealing with the beggars in the area, you entered the shop to find it empty and mostly unused. You explored the shop and found a partially hidden tunnel entrance. You made your way through that tunnel entrance into an underground tunnel network. You explored the network, finding several points of interest until you came upon assassins waiting by an entrance deeper underground. After defeating the assassins, you continued to explore until you found a chaos shrine in Cultists. You were able to defeat one of the cultists and destroy the shrine. You also found Tyrande, who was trying to get a response or an update from the Grey Cult Den members, but left empty-handed. You also witnessed several bystanders of low status becoming fledgling Grey Cult members. The shrine gave the cultists the ability of rapid regeneration, even from death. You then found your way into a Grey Cult den. You defeated several cultists and found prisoners, which you have led up to the upper tunnels. As we begin, it is nighttime on Celium 13th. So I'm going to go ahead and switch you to the map. And I apparently did not place your character, so let me do that now. So Pico. And then Galen, Oreo, Ragu, and Char. Okay, you should now see the map. You are on the upper level. The prisoners are behind you. I haven't put them on the map, but you can just imagine they're there. As you've been leading them out, with Pico in the lead, giving them stern orders. Oreo, you notice that one of them has been mumbling about something about creating an altar. So what do you do?
Where is that coming from? Someone in particular, or?
The prisoners are kind of whispering amongst themselves, and it's from near the back of the group, probably where you are.
I just want to stay in the back and keep listening to what they're talking about. Not sure yet about making any action.
Okay, fair enough. So you've got them all out of the underground of the second level tunnels. So what are you going to do?
We should probably keep moving them out, yeah?
It seemed like that was the plan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, although this is something we might want to consider is that if we want to check this out, what if we have Devok and Ire go ahead and haul the captives away and keep an eye on them? They can argue over whether or not they should be hired on as contractors while we're checking out the rest of this place.
As you're talking amongst yourselves, you hear one of them suddenly shout out and then cover their mouths real quickly, as if as if scared. And you heard, "What about Sheila? Shirla?"
Well, who's
And then
who?
he covers his mouth and looks down at the ground.
Who's Shirley?
Uh,
I am not
I
the.
walk over to him and just stare him straight in his eyes, unblinking. Who's Shirla?
He looks up. You know who she is, and he looks back down again.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over
Where
to.
is she?
Yeah.
She's being. I'm not sure. She was taken away earlier. Um, I think she's the next to be sacrificed. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
And I know you just brought this up, Jeremy. What was it exactly that they said in the back when before we
They were
got to this
mumbling
point?
something about creating an altar.
Oh, that's very bad. Okay.
I mean, if I'm here, if this is going on out loud, then I'll go ahead and fill in Pico on that piece of detail, and obviously the rest is listening in.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think these people are not so much prisoners as initiates.
I don't know if they're initiates. I think they're just grabbing people to sacrifice and create altars. So should probably get their blood out of here and see if we can stop that. Because we can't have them making another altar. It was so
But these people are
horrible.
to be the sacrifice, yes? Why
Yeah,
do they
yeah, yeah.
seem so concerned with the production of it? If my blood was to be sacrificed to make the altar, I would not want that to happen. These people, I,
I
I
don't know
think
if
they
they
are
were
for the
like,
cult.
I don't know if they were concerned about getting the construction done, but maybe they thought like we were gonna sacrifice all of them to make it faster. Because they're still under the assumption that we're cultists, because they don't believe that we're actually here to rescue them.
Yep.
Mainly because I really botched my charisma roll last session. That was funny. Um,
And they've gone
so
quiet again. Once everybody started staring at them, they're all just staring at the ground.
all right. Well, clearly we have to deal with this because we cannot have them making another one of those awful altars.
Yeah.
They're so sickening.
Tell me about this altar.
One looks up, like, "Well, I don't know. You know more, but you know you've been trying to create um, a new altar. One of you said that's why you were experimenting on us." And he looks
Hmm.
down again.
Yeah. Let's
You
get them out
guys,
of here.
we've only well, how many forces that we've only seen so far that you guys have seen so far? Because I know I missed a session too. How many floors of this place have you guys seen?
We've seen this one and the one below. It's really just been 2 floors. I mean, plus the surface level.
And oh, except that there is that tunnel that goes out. We never bothered going through there. I just don't know where it leads. Um, because if there's really no real reason for us to investigate in here, then is there really reason to scout this whole place again for something that we haven't seen?
Well, if there's another altar being built and these captives are being used as experiments for that, it seems more convenient to have the captives near where the altar is being built.
Hmm. Really?
And we did not explore the entirety of the lower level.
Hmm.
Uh, the one who talked about Sheila, when's the last time you saw her?
Um, um, I think they took her away not too long before you guys came.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe I don't know. I can't track time, but maybe half an hour.
Hmm.
That chanting we heard in the other room.
well, how about this then? Devok and Ire, if you guys take the prisoners, there's the entry we came in has side rooms. We have places where we can keep them so they can still be close by if need be. And then we can explore this and then reunite and head on out. This way we're
Hmm.
not conspicuously hauling people all over the place.
Okay, so Devok and Ire start moving, But you notice the prisoners are just standing there next to you, Pico.
All right. You were to follow these two. Um, the automata is in charge.
One of them looks worried for some reason, but then they start following. All right.
Okay.
So the prisoner. So basically, it looks like Ayer and Devok are going to take the prisoners toward where you had entered the the tunnels. But Devok asked, should we leave the tunnels or should we wait by the entrance?
Um, basically, wait in the abandoned shop. Just pick the side rooms where you can stay out of the way. Just bring everybody in, stay together.
And then Devok asks, whispers, if he should make another zombie. And he winks at the prisoners.
Oh God.
You can only use cultists for that.
And he takes them away.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
No, they're innocent people. You
They're
can't
still
turn them
alive. There's a
off.
difference if they're dead, okay? We're not
Yeah.
gonna outright kill them.
Well,
Yeah.
and
But
yeah,
there
we're not
are
talking.
plenty of dead cultists in the other room. We can make these
Right.
live prisoners carry dead bodies up
Which
the
also
surface.
means that Devok can have reinforcements to keep these guys protected.
Right, but let's just be clear. It's not coming from the living bodies that are right now standing in front of us. We're talking about folks that are
That is
dead.
They're
correct.
just labor.
Yeah, okay, I'm fine. That's perfect.
Yeah. The way you said it, it sounded like
And
you were like,
alive or
actually.
dead, cultists only.
Okay. So Devok and Ayer take the cultists away.
All right. Okay, now that we've got that set up, we probably want to explore the lower level again then. There may be more to look at up here, but it seems like it would make more sense for them to build the altar down below.
Yeah, that's true. And
But
I
okay,
don't. Sorry.
no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just saying I don't think they and a supporting point of not having it up here is I know we thought that the chanting up here might be them creating an altar up here, but we had determined previously that that was an initiation.
It is, and there's a pathway for the people that are being initiated to follow some random dark tunnel that I spotted when I was scouting this place earlier. We just don't know where it leads and how far it goes, so that's why going down might be a better idea for now, because it's more
Yeah.
confined and we know the limits. We can check this tunnel after if for some reason we
The,
can't
the
find
ch-
anything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
okay, sorry.
I like that.
The chanting I meant was when we found all these prisoners and we decided to take them up to the surface, we had another path we could go, but we heard
To the
more
south?
chanting and a bunch of people, yes. And we
Oh,
decided to take the prisoners up instead of go investigate that. That second group of chanting might have been
that's right.
yeah,
I
that
remember
was the
Good
that.
direction
point.
I was meaning.
Yeah, maybe we should check that out then. The prisoners were on the lower floor though, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, let's just go down there and keep it going.
Okay. Let me switch maps.
Sorry if my voice is dead again. It's football.
Okay. Can everybody see?
Yeah.
Somewhat, a little blurry, but it'll catch up. There we go.
Okay. I think Ragu's in a different room, so let me put everybody in the same room. There you go. Okay, so you have climbed down the ladder, and you recognize this room from before. Previously, you had gone to the right first, sorry, to the east first, and then west, and west is where you found the prisoners. So what do you do?
Logically speaking, we'd probably gonna go west, but we want to have a peek just to the north door, just to make sure we know what else we're dealing with.
Sure.
Or
Okay,
I don't like
as you head north, you can see a large pool, and you can see water flowing in from both directions, and you can see some sort of whirlpool in the center. You see a rotting-looking box kind of bobbing on the surface of the water, and in the water you see shadows.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
This does not
remember.
look safe.
you
No, we were
also
hiding in this room. It was fine. Just don't touch the water.
you also see a tunnel going to the east, and I believe that you guys when you were here last time saw a tunnel over here.
Yeah, we were hiding over here, but there was more stuff on this side. Didn't we
Okay.
see cultists going through this way, Ragu? Or did they just pass not through this room?
I believe the cultists came down the ladder and went either left or right, but they did not come up this way because I was standing over here in the corner, and they did not come up to see me when we were hiding.
Awesome. Before we check out that tunnel, actually, hold on, let me see. Does anybody have like, I have it. Can I mage hand that box over here? Or is it too heavy?
You could try. You don't know. What is the limit of mage hand? 25 pounds, isn't it?
I
It's
don't
just
remember.
10,
Okay.
although since it's floating, it's not like the whole weight's being pulled like that, and I could try and use mine as well to help Galen pull it over.
Well, I mean, if it means anything, okay, how far is of a jump would it be to get over?
Hmm.
That's a bit under 5 feet. So you could
So,
make that jump, yes.
okay, so I'm gonna go over here, make it all the way around, and just tell you guys to move that thing as close to the edge as possible.
Okay. Don't touch the water.
All right, so I'll go ahead and
We'll start
cast my
pushing
mage
it.
hand along with Galen and
Yeah.
help him push the thing over.
Okay, you push the box over, and it kind of floats over to Oreo, and it hits the side, and you can see there's something moving inside. And at this point, I'll need everybody to roll initiative.
God damn it. I'm sorry. I was
Well,
curious.
no, 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 it's good, it's good.
Oh, and a 5. This is not looking good. Oh, gross. Ragu, don't you hate oozes, or is that not true?
That's
I
Ragu.
Yeah,
do.
Okay,
he's got
had
ooze
everybody
rage.
roll. It looks like it. All right. So round one. So Oreo, you can see these oozes coming out of the rotten box and moving in your direction. However, due to your fast reflexes, you're able to move before they can reach you. So what do you do?
No, Ragu, you
Uh,
shouldn't be so bothered by those things. Nikolai Voin put those to really great use against the Empire of Tsar back in the day.
And just to make sure everybody's in their own hex, I'm just going to move you around a little just so that everybody's there. All right.
does that hit?
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Um, and offhand, I'm going to. That's obviously to that number 3 right there. And bonus action to disengage. And I'm gonna go this way. Whoops, hold on. There.
Okay, so yeah, as you sliced into it, you saw that it sliced open, and it was able to reform, but you're pretty sure that it lost some of its mass. So you apparently did a little bit of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, so just for mechanic purposes, did it just get half damage? Is that what you're saying?
No, it got full damage.
Oh, okay,
I was
okay.
just describing how you saw it get damaged, but it
Got it.
wasn't a lot of damage. So
Right, right,
yeah,
right. Fair. Got it, got it. Okay, just making sure. Thank you.
no problem. All right, Ragu, you saw that Oreo cut one of the oozes that started moving in her direction and then moved away. So what are you going to do?
Kind of a loud yell, actually. It's like, ah! And then, one, two, three. I can jump that, can't
Yeah,
I?
you can jump that. Just count the hex as normal movement.
4, 5,
This,
6.
the rocks,
Not in the.
however, this is rough terrain, so that counts as two hexes.
So just to come onto that hex.
Yeah, entering
Can't
the
miss
hex
it.
takes two hexes, and then leaving the hex is one hex.
If you don't want to make the
All
move,
right,
you could
can't
just
get close.
you could just hold an action until they're in range with you. They're probably gonna go to the close things too. You don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't have. If I had that extra hex, I would move. I only got 6 hex movement. So right now I'm at 5.5, and I'm going to grab my whip
Okay.
because I don't have anything else that can reach.
Sure. You take your whip out as basically your free action as you're moving.
And attack.
You whip the thing. Which one?
Um,
Ooze 3
I think
has
in
already
number
been
two.
damaged. The other two have not.
Number two, that one's right there, straight across. I've got a 10-foot reach, so yeah.
Okay. So Ooze 2 it is. And that's a hit. All right. It slashes into it, and it does apparently take damage. But the second slash, it kind of goes underwater and it hits the surface.
Darn it.
Is that the end of your turn?
And then my bone. Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and tell you now, their AC is 13.
Yeah, my bonus action couldn't actually physically hit them. Darn it.
Okay. So Pico, you see Ragu attempting to
Wait a
whip.
second.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait a second. I should have been rolling at advantage.
Why is that?
Because the
He hates oozes.
oozes.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Go
Just a
ahead.
second. Yeah.
You can re-roll both of them just in case you get a crit.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay. No crit for you. Okay. Roll the second one. Okay. That hits. So go ahead and roll. All right. So even though it went under the surface to hope the water would absorb your blow, your ferocity just drove that whip into the water, and you see this large splash as you ferociously attack the thing. And you see this, Pico. So what are you going to do?
You said the ooze is underwater?
It's like right below the surface.
All right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and fire Eldritch Blast at it.
And the other two oozes are above the water.
All right, well, actually, does being underwater give them any benefits?
No, not as shallow as it is. So you're fine. Unless it's fire, in which case then I would probably give him resistance.
And it is not fire, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up with Eldritch Blast. Which, is that even doing anything? Okay,
So
it
the
is.
first one hits the surface and does no damage, but the second one does hurt it. I'm assuming the fourth one or third one was a mistake.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's only 2 on this one.
Okay, so that's 8
Sorry.
damage.
Yep.
Force, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you managed to hurt it somewhat, and it definitely does not like that. Make sure something real quick. Yep. And it definitely affects it. All right, is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to back up a little bit. Actually, I'll back around the corner.
And Ragu, I forget, was Char in the tunnels with you?
Yeah, he's down back here somewhere.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and move him so you can control him.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. All right, the ooze, after being attacked so viciously by you, of course, moves in your direction. And it is going to... You see it kind of... you see it launch part of its mass at you, which hits you squarely in the face. And do you have... can you resist a 24?
I cannot.
Okay. So you take 11 bludgeoning damage and 5 acid damage for a total of 16 damage. And is your armor magical? It is. So you do not
Yes.
suffer this effect, but if it were non magical, the acid would reduce its AC.
Ooh, that would suck.
Yep. All right, Galen, you've seen Ragu get attacked by one of the oozes, although that ooze is at maybe half its original mass, but the other two are fairly robust. What are you going to do?
Can I make an insight into how much these things weigh?
Um, an insight. That's probably be some sort of creature lore or animal lore, maybe. Um, so give me an intelligence check if you don't have anything like that.
Yeah, I don't think I do. I'll just give you a flat intelligence check.
Um, they're pretty heavy.
Mm, okay. I'm thinking of I'll just yell this out to everyone. I'll just yell, try to flush them down the drain. And let me see what I have to try and do that. Yeah, I only have Mage Hand to move stuff. I don't think I'd be able to do that.
You doubt Mage Hand would have any effect.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on the Green Ooze 2.
Okay. What element is that?
Um, I think it's Radiant. Yeah, it's Radiant.
Okay. So, yep, that does full damage. So go ahead at hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Alright, and I'm casting it at level 1.
12 damage. Good hit.
Nice.
And I'm taking that off my Warlock slot. So, guys, uh, the next attack on that ooze will have advantage because of Guiding Bolt.
Awesome. Is that the end of your turn?
It is. I think I'm just gonna stay where I am, though.
Fair enough. All right. So one of the oozes moves over and launches itself at Ragu.
Ignore that. I was trying something. See some info that didn't work.
And with 22, does that hit? Ragu.
I can shield that one, can't I?
That's what I'm asking.
Or no? No,
Nope.
no, I'm gonna take the hit on that.
Okay. So it launches itself at you, doing 6 bludgeoning and 7 acid for a total of 13. And you are even more thankful that you have magical armor. And Ooze 3 moves through the water and launches itself at Oreo.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
With a 15, though, Oreo dodges easily. And we're at the beginning of round 2. Oreo, Ooze 1 just tried to destroy you. What are you going to do?
If I shoot from here to number 2, is there any penalties that I'm incurring in this particular spot?
Yeah,
Do I have
if you use a ranged attack while engaged in melee, then you have a disadvantage.
Okay, bonus action to disengage. Moving over
Okay.
to here, getting a cleaner shot at number 2.
In which case, yeah, you don't have any penalties.
I'm gonna do that, but I'm gonna use an alchemist fire arrow. And shoot at that thing. So give me a second. I'm gonna take out the bow and arrow. These barely.
Okay.
You said it was 13, right?
Yep, 13 does hit. Yeah,
Okay.
you do hit it. However, you notice that it's not as effective as it should be.
I
It
realized that, but it is an alchemist fire one too. So it says that it um on hit it takes a 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns
okay? Fair
upon
enough.
impact.
So it
So
takes half damage, but it will take fire damage.
which
So let
I'll
me.
roll that. Oops, that was not right. Holy crap! That's That's the additional fire damage, which is just 2, and I'm gonna use sneak
Well,
attack.
okay. Okay,
Oh
that
God.
hits. Oh, that's the damage, right?
The
Yeah.
damage is the 18, yeah.
Okay,
That's
well then
insane.
you destroyed the thing. Um,
Just wanted to be super
Nice.
sure.
Ragu, you got bits of acidic ooze all over you, and it actually burns.
Let me finish moving because that was in my full movement.
Okay.
Let
Yeah,
me
come
move
over to
back. Just
us.
yeah, I'm just gonna let me hold on. Okay, there. Now I'm done.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So, Ragu, you take 1 point of damage from acid, and it is your turn.
All right. Is that because they explode when they die or something?
Yeah, basically, it exploded into a bunch of ooze, and some of it flew on you, and you got 1 point of damage from that.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna swing hard. Just ah!
Go for it.
Now that you're close enough.
Are you still using the whip? Oh, you no, you went back to the rapier. Okay, you hit.
Yeah. I had to assume that my whip is in my left hand because I didn't draw my dagger because I couldn't reach with it.
Okay.
So I've got a rapier and a whip right now. Unless I drop my whip, I can't switch to the dagger, but I have my rapier. Anyway, 28.
Yep, that hits. Their AC is 13.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, solid 10 points of damage. And that hits as well. For 16, wow.
Dang.
It's still alive at
And
1/4 of its hit points exactly, but you definitely hurt it badly. Is that the end
all
of your
right.
turn?
And can I use a whip at close? I could use a whip at close range, can't I?
Sorry, say that again.
I can use my whip up close, right?
I would have to look. I don't see why not, but
Okay.
I don't know if
I
there's
knew it
any
has reach, but yeah, okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead.
whip, standard, reach. Yeah, you can use it up close. There's nothing saying you can't. All right, another 8 points, but oops, it has somehow survived all of that. Just barely, though. Is that the end of your turn?
Spitting on it wouldn't help with it.
Given its nature, it probably has resistance to your spit, so to do nothing. But you
Okay.
can spit it anyway. All right, Pico, one of the oozes has been destroyed. The second ooze is very nearly destroyed, but ooze one that attacked Oreo before is still robust. So what are you going to do?
All right. I guess I'm going to go ahead and attack Ooze 3 with the first Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Um, that
No.
It
misses.
hits the water.
And I'll make a difference. I'm going to go ahead and cast a Hex on it and fire again.
That hits.
Okay, plus that's going to do an
And
X.
it's gone.
All right.
And fortunately for you, Ragu, due to the direction he's firing from, the acid hits the wall and not you, so you take no damage. Is that the end of your turn, Pico?
That's it.
All right, Galen, it's down to one ooze. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move to here, and I'm gonna shoot the ooze with a firebolt. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna shoot it with a firebolt because
Okay,
it's not. It's out of the water, kind of, right?
it is. However, you did notice that Oreo's alchemist fire was not as effective as you would have expected. So you suspect they're probably resistant to fire.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to instead cast Sacred Flame on it to try and get its attention and draw it towards me.
I'm assuming that's
Uh,
radiant damage.
yeah, this is gonna be radiant, and it doesn't work. like a roll, I don't
It's a
think. The
save.
target,
It's a
yeah, the
wisdom
target
save.
must make a dexterity
A
save.
dex.
Oh,
I don't
dexterity
Okay.
think these
save.
are particularly dexterous.
Okay,
Here, let me
what's your
put it
spell
in the,
save?
let me just put it in. Oh, so
15.
it's a
Okay.
15 save or it takes 9 damage is what it looks like.
I'm assuming there's no half damage.
Um,
No.
Okay.
no, I think it's a
Okay.
cantrip,
Well,
so
it
if it succeeds,
definitely worked, and
okay,
so it
good.
took 9 damage.
Cool, cool.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of shout at it too and just try to do anything to get it to come towards me.
It's pretty clear that it is going to target you next, so you succeeded. And in fact,
Awesome.
it starts moving.
Yeah, down the drain. Oh, god damn
And
it.
it
Oh.
moves through the water quicker than you would expect,
Doesn't even
and
have a
launches
brain.
itself at you.
It doesn't have a brain. How did it know to do that?
And with a 17, that is a
Uh,
hit, unless you have some
yeah.
other. Okay,
I think because my military armor has an AC of 16, so I think I just get hit.
you do. And is your armor is magical, right?
Um, that's for you. It has fire resistance, but I'm
It's
not sure if
magical
that's
then,
innate.
yes. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so you take 15 points of damage, 8 of which is from
Gross.
acid.
Uh-huh. So 15.
And you now realize that had they been so dumb that they would go right into the drain, then they wouldn't still be around right now.
I mean, I thought they came out of the box.
Well, they did, but chances are they went into the box from the water. So
Like a hermit crab or something.
something like that, yeah.
That's
All
horrible.
right,
All right.
beginning of round 3, and now you know. Oreo, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
Help
shoot
me.
at nose number 1. Regular arrow, no alchemist fire on this one.
Okay, and you hit.
Barely again. Okay. That plus that.
Oh, thank you.
All right, a lot of damage.
Actually,
Go
hey,
ahead.
let me see something here because I believe I can probably. I mean, I really hate to get engaged, but well, no, I've already got a weapon on. Never mind. I'm good. I can't pull out another weapon. I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. Ragu, the ooze is now attacking Galen. What are you gonna do?
Wordlessly, with just 2 big leaps. Stomp, stomp. Oh, come on, grab him. Stomp, stomp, and just swings hard directly into this thing. Just leaning down into it, slice it in half right in front of Galen.
All right, and you hit. And you almost slice it in half. It has 1 hit point. Oops. And you hit again.
Full
Can you do at
hard
least one
swing.
hit point? You can, and you destroy it.
Thank you.
And now I will take you out of
Little bit of
combat.
stuff dripping off my face.
Okay, one question. This is still the same day, and Ragu, I had used my healer's kit on you, right?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't used my healer's kit on myself, so I'm gonna do that really quickly before I heal you up.
Okay, go for it.
3, not a great roll.
Yeah, I was actually down pretty far at the beginning of this session.
Yeah, I
It
remember
didn't
I had
appear to
healed
be.
you a little, but you just have so many, so many, things.
And as you can see, being a upfront fighter, he needs all those hit points.
Yeah, 7 plus my max hit die.
Anyway, Pico, looking down, you see
Oh, I'm
tunnels
back.
leading both to the west and to the east.
Okay, Ragu, you will get this one. This one's for you.
Do you want to scout or do you want to tag team this?
You're a little bit sneakier, so I'll let you go first.
Alrighty. Gonna keep going down here, stealthing. So I will make a roll just to be sure.
Okay, go for it.
And I'll give her a lead, but I'll follow along at a distance as she moves forward.
I want to first take the one on the east just to see if
Okay.
this sort of leads to where I think it leads.
You make your turns around the corner and heads west once again.
Um,
And
I'll wait if I see Pico around the corner first. I don't know if you're gonna follow like how many feet behind me. Just want to kind of give you the hold here. I'm gonna keep going. I'll be right back, and then move it on.
Ragu, do you need more health right now?
I could use all the health I
all
could
right,
get.
so
Yes.
Oreo, you follow, and it leads to a dead end.
I do not believe this bullshit. I'm gonna go ahead and use Dungeon Delver to see if I can spot any secret entrances.
Go for it.
That's all I
Uh,
can give you for right now. I'm sorry.
That is so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you
no
search
problem.
around and you find a loose stone on the wall, and it looks like you can move it.
does it look like I'll be making a noise when I do that though, or is it just something that like I have
The
enough
stone
strength to do?
itself probably won't make a lot of noise, but whatever happens afterward might make noise.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay,
I'm
you
gonna
move
open
the
it.
stone, and the wall slides away,
Ah,
and
got it.
you see a familiar sight.
Yep. Okay. Perfect. Is there any way to reclose this, or is that something that just like is now permanently open from the side?
You could try putting the rock back.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, once you do that, it slides closed again.
Okay. Sweet. Go right back up. Um.
Oops.
That was like a stone door.
Yeah, it was going to the prison room,
Hmm.
so I'll get there. I want to
Let
stop
me
here and
put that back real quick.
see.
There we go.
Okay, there's a lot of hallway.
All right, now I'm heading back. All right, so yeah, you see a very long hallway. You can see some cracks in the floor here. You can see some debris where there's a partial collapse and some moss growing beneath it, and then it goes around the corner. And looking north, you see a what looks like an archway that leads possibly into a room or another tunnel, and then a tunnel to the west and a tunnel to the east.
Okay, so I'm gonna first take the west side, but I'm gonna stop right before where you said it looks like it's
Yeah, right
like
here.
weak, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I jump over that, or is that something that like I have to roll for?
No, you can jump over it.
oh, mentally to Oreo before she gets out of range. Yeah, we'll probably want to focus mainly on passages to the south. We probably don't have much time before we have to look for that sacrifice.
Yeah, she looks at you kind of like, what the fuck? Because the first time she's ever heard you talk to her mentally. So there's that. And then, um, but so you're saying that, can I just at least check the far end just to be sure that there's nothing?
Yeah, it turns south.
Oh, that's just the part that you're saying that, okay.
And there.
Yeah, I was just saying the north stuff we don't want to explore too much if we've got lives at stake, but to the south
Okay.
might still work in our favor.
Okay, and then you said there was another spot right here that was also
It looks
semi.
like it caved in somewhat in the corner, but it looks reasonably stable at the moment.
Okay, so she's gonna just do her best to get around it.
Okay. And yep, you see it heading to the south, but you see that the cracking in the floor is especially bad here.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. Does it look like there's anything necessarily like, okay, so I've got the arrow of displacement, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Again. Yeah, arrow of displacement. So can I shoot it against the wall here, like down here?
Yeah, sure.
So then if I do that, then I will immediately jump
You'll
to there.
teleport. Yep. And which you do.
And then I will go ahead and mark off a use from that thing because they have uses before they go out. Okay, and then gonna keep. I'll let you know, give you Pico like a careful with the middle section there. I'm just still scoping out.
Mhm.
Here.
You see another dead end.
God damn it! All right, I'm gonna go up here and dungeon over again. Can I see if there's a similar type of rock like the
It's
ones?
similar. You don't have to roll. You open it up, and you see it leads into the other side of that same room.
But if I remember correctly, the voices and the chanting came from this side, though, right?
No,
When we were in
you
this.
don't hear anything from down here. Although you do see, if you move forward just a little bit, you do see that there is a closed door.
Right, but when we were in this prison the first time, do we recall where the original chanting
It was on
came
the other
from?
side of the room.
Oh, the other side of this room, but
Yeah,
south.
yeah.
Got it. Okay, okay. Um, I'll leave this open for right now. I'm gonna just stop right here and say this part looks very sketchy. The way that I originally came, if you and I kind of give them instructions of what kind of rock to look. If you guys want to use that, there's a safer path going down to the prison, and then we can meet up there to the south end of the prison.
All right, I'll lead everybody that way.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go through here. Does it look like I could refit the rock from this side, or is that something only from the other side?
It looks like it's only from the other side.
Okay, I'm just
Okay,
gonna leave it open.
Ragu, Char, Galen, follow me. By the way, Galen, where's Piff?
Uh, he's he's not here right now. He's been dead for a little bit.
Yeah, probably not
I'll
enough
bring
time
him.
to deal with that now. But
Yeah, I'll
are you
bring him back
following?
later. Sorry, I turned down the wrong way. I am following.
Okay.
Anyway,
So,
Oreo, you hear chanting coming from the south, but it's louder than you remember from before.
Yeah, not good.
okay.
I'm gonna wait until these days show up.
That's horrifying. I'm
Yeah, it
just
was
gonna
this
stay
door
in the
here where we
back.
heard that, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
For
it's a
some reason,
large
I thought it
stone
was the door.
door, and it muffled most of it before. So for you to hear it louder, it means that they are probably yelling at this point.
Oh God.
Is there any way we can see in there?
Um, you can see there's a small crack underneath, and you can see this yellow flickering light. You can make out just barely the some parts of gray cloaks and possibly some reddish liquid. But
Which way? Sorry, which way did this door swing?
it swings away from you, so inward.
All right.
And you also hear the voice. It sounds kind of sounds like a sobbing, although that's much more faint.
I'll ready an arrow, and say if you guys are ready, I'll shoot at the first thing that I don't like in there.
Nice.
Do we want to interrupt this in a big way?
I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, I think it's getting a little too over. Uh, it's escalated too far.
I ready my sword, but I also ready a fire cylinder in my hand. Let me kick the door open.
No, not with a hostage in there.
I would not aim for the hostage.
It's an explosion.
All right. I put that away. I've got another trick. I was just waiting. I'll still kick the door in.
All right, so what are you gonna do?
Ready?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, you
All
push
right.
open the door, and it makes this creaking, grinding noise as you push it open, and
Can I
everybody.
shoot? I did say I readied it.
You
It's for
did.
the first thing I didn't like.
So roll initiative, and then you'll get a shot off before we go to the initiative order.
Is there any way that because I'm doing it at not expecting that someone's gonna shoot it, that I can do it at advantage? Just want to be sure.
I guess you're technically from hiding, so
Hiding.
sure, I'll give you advantage.
Yay.
Sneak attack damage.
Yep, that was my hope.
Alrighty, is everybody rolled?
Yeah.
All right, let me go ahead and sort everybody.
I take that back. I don't see Galen in here.
Oh,
I'm standing right behind you.
I mean, the your initiative roll.
I
Oh.
don't see Galen, no.
That's strange. I'll roll again.
Okay, there you are.
Oh,
Cool,
jeez,
cool.
Galen. Nice.
Yeah, I'm fast.
All right, so before we start, Oreo, go ahead and roll to hit. I'm assuming that you're shooting Cultist 1 because
Yep.
Cultist 1 is holding a knife above the wailing figure of. It looks like a small half-elf female, probably mid-teens. Um, so
Just
go
just
for it.
for just to be 100% sure, when I use alchemist fire arrows, they don't cause an explosion in the area. It's just at impact on the creature, right, or the target.
I believe it's not an explosion at all. It's fire. It's like sticky fire.
Okay, so I'll use the alchemist fire on this one then.
Okay,
Um, please.
a critical hit.
Oh yeah, that
Nice.
plus that plus
So
the
21,
alchemist
24,
fire one plus another one.
25. 25 damage. That's enough damage. It actually knocks him back, and he is now screaming as he catches fire. And now
He
we
has
go
to,
into initiative.
yeah.
Galen, you can see that the female is currently chained. However, you can see that it's a much larger room than this. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. Oh, can I? Hold on. 1, 2. I want to be like where Pico is.
Okay, you have to
3,
end in your own hex at the end of your turn. So whatever you do, make sure you do that.
4.
Okay, so go ahead and stop. So you've entered this massive room. You can see pools of red liquid. You can see actually, I guess you can't see it from there, but as you were entering, you saw a glimpse of a massive, what almost looked like a dragon head, and you can see a magic circle where the prisoner is chained, and a magic circle on the other side of the room. Torches are flickering throughout the room, and the shadows are dancing from the columns. You can see that this level is at a higher level than you are, and there's stairs going up. And this level is at a level lower than you are, with stairs going down. So what do you do?
I burn it with fire. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray. 1 second.
At which one?
So the first ray is gonna hit this guy.
Okay. Yeah, that hit. Sorry. Roll damage.
Oh, that's an awful.
Okay, he takes 3 damage.
All right, the second ray. Well, actually, you know what? I can target the same guy with multiple rays. I
Yeah, of
want to do
course.
more damage to him, so I'm gonna have the second ray hit hit him.
Oh yeah, I'll put him there. Okay, go ahead and roll
Uh,
to hit. Or is it one roll for all hits, or is it one roll per hit?
I actually don't know. Let me check. Does anybody know off the top of their
It's
head?
it's supposed to be a roll per hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the second ray at the same guy.
Okay, which he dodges
Cool.
now that he knows you're there.
The third ray at the same guy.
But you managed to hit him anyway with the third one
Come on.
for another 5 points of damage, and he's still hanging in there.
A little disappointing, but that's fine. I am gonna. So that was 4. I'm gonna go 5, 6, and get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so Cultist 1, reacting to the damage, yells, "Intruders, kill them!" And at this point in time, let's see what he does. Okay, so. All right, he will. Okay, he is going. You see him chanting. The tone of his chanting changes, and you see these balls of light as creatures form around him, or close to you, actually.
Oh God, not more chucklers.
Now,
And we'll go ahead and roll initiative for them. And I'll resort, and we'll just go back to Cultists 1. All right, so he has summoned those guys, and afterward, he uses his movement to get behind the pillar.
Good luck with that, Cultist 1.
All right, Cultist 4, hearing intruders, starts moving. All right, let's see how much he can move. It looks like 6 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus he dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Pico. You now have cacklers around you, and they all seem to be hungry and angry. So what are you gonna do?
I was going to try and play ball, guys, but you left me no choice. I'm summoning a pack of wolves. I'm going to drop 4 of them right here behind the cacklers to start attacking them. The other 4, I want flanking Cultist 1. So basically here, 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 and here, so that they can attack them from both sides. Also, already set them up with advantage.
Okay. Okay, so your wolves show up, and they can attack on the same turn they are summoned, correct?
Oh, that's my understanding.
Okay, in that case, okay. So what did you order them to do exactly?
Okay, the ones summoned by the cacklers, I want them to go ahead and attack the ones blocking the door, and the ones down there by the cultist, I want to maul that cultist.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with the cacklers. Alrighty. Oh, let me go ahead and mark this here and here. All right, so the first one attacks but misses. Second one attacks and hits. The cackler takes 9 points of damage, which is still alive, but it'll have to roll in order to go prone, I believe. I'll do that in a minute. All right, the wolf here bites that cackler for 7 damage. And then this wolf is going to move forward and attack the middle cackler and then back off, which he hits. And so cackler 2 dies. So he doesn't have to roll a save. And then the wolves will then attack the cultists to the south. So the first one attacks, and which hits. So the cultist takes 4 damage. The second one attacks, which hits. So the cultist takes 10 damage, killing the cultist. The other 2 wolves stand there confused because the cultist they were supposed to kill is dead. All right, Oreo, what are you going to do?
I'm going to hit the one that's
Oh,
right next
actually,
to
I
me.
I still have my bonus action,
All right.
which
Which you use to command the wolves, I believe.
uh, hold on, let me double check something here then real quick. Um, no action required by me for the verbal commands.
Okay. So what are you going to do with your bonus action?
All right, I am planning on turning into a creature. I am just quickly trying to decide which one I want.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the brown bear. Wait. Yeah, I'll go with the brown bear.
Okay. You should be able to drag it over.
Yep. All right, so all right. All right. Which shoot, what do I want to do here?
But you haven't changed hexes, which means if you move back up like that, then you'll get a attack of opportunity from one of the cacklers.
Right.
Just out of curiosity, are the cacklers even there yet?
Yeah.
Sorry, what about the cacklers?
Summon lesser demons as a concentration spell.
Oh, yep, you got a good point. The cacklers are actually gone.
Oh, actually, in that case, I take it back. I'm not going to change into a brown bear. I was doing that with the assumption I was going to be taking an attack.
Okay.
That being the case, instead, I'm going to go ahead and charge into the room. And 6. I'm going to get over. Oh, shit, I can't get there. Damn it.
Anyway, yeah, you can see the large room and
Okay, can I have this wolf here just do one hex of movement to get over behind the pillar?
sure.
There we go. So then I'm going to get behind the pillar and then pull the woman around the corner here. And I'm going to, can't do anything yet, but I'm going to try and start working on her bindings.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Oreo, you saw Pika or the wolves go in. The cacklers are dead. What are you gonna do?
Can I just move right now? I'm switching to daggers for weapons at the moment. And I'm going to sit here, use this as cover, and as soon as anything comes within melee, anything hostile, I will attack.
Okay, fair enough. And then Ragu, you the cacklers are dead. What are you gonna do?
Okay, I'm gonna bolt in there.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Oh, here we are. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt straight in. Let's see. One. Holy shit, I'm surrounded. Okay. One,
Okay.
4,
And you
5.
see
Okay.
the large, looks like a dragon head, and you can see this red, purplish liquid coming out of its mouth into the pool. And you can see several pools of this liquid, and you can see the various cultists throughout the room.
Hmm. Okay, I can't make it all the way over there, but I can make them wish I'd gotten. Okay. Um. Okay, dropping grenades. Is that a that can be a bonus action? I've done that on the offhand.
If you just drop it, and then sure, but if you actually throw it, then it's a normal action.
Okay. Shoot. For lack of ranged attacks, I'm just gonna go ahead and necrotic blast cultist 3 here.
Cultist what?
Uh, cultist 3.
Okay. Well, you hit, obviously.
That shouldn't have been advantage,
Oh, okay. Well, that first one's
but
the critical
still.
hit, so you're good.
All right.
All right, he takes 18 points of damage. Oh, wait. Does he? You said necrotic blast. Let me double check something real quick. He takes 9 points of damage. It's clearly not as effective as it should be, so he takes half damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out better ranged.
Well, I mean, against these guys, necrotic works against other things. Anyway,
Yeah.
you see the cultists at the end kind of step over, and you see that he casts a familiar spell that heads your direction. Let me check here. Yep, he is casting. Yep. So basically everybody where Ragu is within what's the range? 20 feet radius of Ragu. Go ahead and give me a dex save.
A dex save.
As this massive fireball heads your direction.
Oh God.
I've got two questions. One, does the fact that I'm kind of behind the pillar help me at all? And B,
I would give you advantage because basically you're using the pillar as partial cover. What's B?
also, I explicitly pulled the captive around the corner because it looks like her chains are fairly
You
loose.
do. Yes.
All right, deck save.
All right. So that will be. Um, so that
Including
would
these two guys
be
here.
10d6.
Is
Alrighty.
that including
So
these two
if you
guys?
make your deck save, the DC is 15. Then you'll take 14 damage. Otherwise, you take 29 if you're within 20 feet
See,
of Ragu.
I actually take none because I'm using evasion on top of my um,
Uh,
passing a deck save allows me to
and
half it,
oh,
but I
sorry.
take no damage.
Fair enough. And Ragu, go ahead and make your dex. Actually, it doesn't matter. Char's dead.
No.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. But these two cultists here, they got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna deal with them in a minute. One,
Okay.
2, 3. One, two, three,
Right,
four.
normal.
Yeah. Okay. And then
Um,
the cultists, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these two have to roll as well.
DC 15. Yeah, there's no
Yep.
way I can make that. I will
29.
take 14
Oh my
Half
damage.
God.
damage. And they fail to make it as well, and they are badly hurt. And you can tell from their postures that they are not happy with just what just happened. All right. That,
They have some words with Great Cultist 6.
so Grey Cultist
Um,
6 turn is over. Were you going to say something?
I was just gonna say, so 14 damage.
Yeah, 14 damage if you make your save.
Oh no, I failed my save. I
So
failed
you
it
take 29.
miserably. No, but I have fire resistance as part
Oh,
of
yeah,
my
so then it's
grass
14.
skin.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
that's what
it,
I was
it
checking.
halves it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Is everybody squared away?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So you notice that Gray Cultist 3. Actually, what is he going to do? He is not a happy camper. He actually moves away from you. Okay. Gray Cultist 2. You hear him yell, "Chaos reigns supreme," as he runs towards you.
I attack.
Go for it.
Um,
Gray Cultist 2 apparently is an idiot. And you hit. You don't
plus,
finish him. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, I get to still run that.
Well, in
It
that
does it.
case, you finish him off. He's running toward Ragu with some spell brewing, and you just slice his head off. Alrighty, so
Nice.
apparently we're at the beginning of round 2. That was odd. Okay, Galen, you heard a massive explosion. You heard the deaths of multiple wolves. You heard somebody talking about chaos reigning supreme, and a sick thud as his head hit the ground. So what are you gonna do?
Let's move and see what's happening. 1, 2. Okay, I'm assuming Pico's got that over there. I'm gonna shoot Grey Cultist, whatever that is, with super low health,
Okay,
with a fire bolt.
sure.
Ugh.
Which he dodges.
Okay, then that was only 2. I'm gonna go 3, 4, and split, hide behind this thing.
Fair enough.
That will be my turn. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Okay, Gray Cultist 5. What is he going to do? Alright, so that is 60 feet, so he's going to move. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Cultist 4. He raises his hand and casts Dark Flame at Ragu. With the 16, though, Ragu steps out of the way easily. Pico, you are hiding behind a pillar. What are you going to do?
Let's see. What am I going to do at this point? I guess for starters, I guess not that I have a whole lot to work with here. Let's see. Actually, just Eagner. Oh shoot. He's just trying to decide how I want to. I guess I can only see 3 of these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and have the wolf flank Great Cultist Force. Only got 2 left, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, I want them to take flanking positions and attack him.
Okay, let me see how much movement they have. Looks like 40, so that would be 8 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, he'll go ahead and dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he'll dash. They don't have enough movement to attack. Actually, they won't do that. He'll stay there.
1, 2, 3, 4,
No,
5,
he
6.
wanted him to flank.
I'm doing math where I can see that the wolf that was by Galen should be able to get here with 8 hexes. It looks like if he goes behind the pillar here, or is there something there?
The stairs. He went around. Actually, let me do it this way.
Never mind. Okay.
Here. So that's where he would get with his 8, and then he moved a 9th. And it was similar for the other guy.
Wait, it couldn't jump over this way?
He decided to go around down the stairs rather than dealing with whatever this liquid is and whatever that drop is.
All right, that's fine.
All right,
Could
is
this
that
other
the end of your
wolf
turn?
actually get to this position then?
They already have advantage from the pack tactics, so they chose not to get around and have 2 people attacking them.
Oh, because he had said flanking. No, I don't know.
Oh, he did say flanking. That is true.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter since they're wolves, I guess. But
Yeah,
I did, yeah.
I mean, it is fair. You did say flanking.
All right. Well, that being the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Ah, crap. All right. I'm going to put Hex on Gray Cultist number 6, and I'm going to go ahead and fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at him.
All right. Considering that's the only cultist you ever seen cast Fireball, I completely get it. The 19 hits.
All right. And then on top of that, he should get an extra 2, so a total of 12 points.
Okay, so yeah, that definitely hurt him, but he's still fairly robust.
And not that matters, I'll just give him disadvantage on strength checks.
A disadvantage on strength checks? Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and get behind the pillar here again. Make sure to keep the captive covered.
All right. Who is cowering in the corner and sobbing? She hasn't even looked at you. All right. Oreo, what are you going to do?
Gonna move forward, see what the situation is. I'm gonna go forward. 20, okay. And attack. Do I
Okay.
get advantage?
Excuse me. You do get advantage.
Okay.
Okay, you hit.
Plus,
All right. For
and
7,
then
and then another 17 from your sneak.
Bonus action to do that again.
Do what again?
The dagger as an offhand.
Okay. And you hit again. For another 8 points of damage. He's definitely hurting.
I will, let me see just to be sure if I have continued movement here. Shoot. Ragu, what's your speed again?
6. I can get there.
Well, I mean, because I can't literally make it behind him though, but I can get in front of him. I don't know if you'd have enough to get behind him.
He does. 30
5,
feet
I
would
do.
put it, I think.
Yep,
Okay,
I most
so
certainly do.
perfect. Then I'll go here, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, fair enough. So, Ragu, what are you going to do?
All right.
I
I'm
do
gonna
incur an
run.
opportunity attack, so just FYI, Jeremy.
Oh, I totally forgot. You're right. Thank you
Yep.
for letting me know. All right, so he is going to do, I guess, his dagger. Pretty pathetic because he misses horribly. All right, go ahead, Ragu.
All right, I'm gonna run straight over to right here. Now I'm not done with my movement yet. However, I would like to use my bonus action attack just to stab this guy right here as I run by him.
Okay, go for it.
And I get advantage because the wolves are in flanking.
Yep.
Here, just a dagger. That's definitely a hit.
Yeah?
10.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
10 points piercing damage.
You didn't quite kill him, but it was really close. He has 1 hit point.
Damn, I was hoping to kill him. Because now to finish my movement, I come over here and use my full action to attack. But since he's still alive...
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't get an attack of opportunity because he's burned.
No, you don't. Yeah, but you still
Nice.
did it, so you're good.
Yep.
Okay, and now my full-on attack is against Cultist 6 with advantage and flanked.
You mean 5, but sure, go ahead.
5, yeah. Sorry, there's a circle in the way. I couldn't tell what the number was.
No, that's fine. All right, you hit.
And 11.
Yep, 11 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn? Oh, you got a second hit?
Second.
Okay.
Yep. 5th level fighter, 2 attacks.
That's right. Go ahead. All right, another 12. Big hits. Is that the end of your turn?
Okay. That will be yes.
Cool. All right. Cultist 6 looks at the arrangement of people, but then decides to step aside. Oh, he can't do that. Okay, yeah, in that case, he is going to target Ragu. And he is going to use... Yeah, he's just going to use his Dark Flame. And the Dark Flame fizzles in his hand. It does nothing. Cultist 5 continues up the stairs. And you hear he runs right up to Cultist 6, and he's yelling at him. And then you see Cultist 6 just stare at Cultist 3, and then that causes Cultist 3 to use an additional movement to just kind of step back and cower. And we're at the end of round 2. So at the beginning of round 3, Galen, you're currently hiding behind a pillar. What are you going to do?
Step out from my hidey hole. We'll go 1. I can't really see anything. 2, 3. Where were the stairs? Oh, they're over there. I'm sorry. Can I?
You can back
retract
up
that?
to where you started.
Yeah. We'll go 1, 2. We'll try the scorching ray again. So
You
the
get
first
advantage
ray,
because of all the flanking if you're doing the ones that are between us.
yeah, I'm gonna start by hitting Grey Cultist 4 with my first ray.
Okay.
He has 1 hit point.
Ooh, didn't
Ooh.
even need the advantage.
Okay,
Too
let's
bad
just
he has
see
to
how
like.
much overkill you get.
Yeah.
He had 1 hit point, and
Yeah.
it just goes right through his head, and there's just this hole where in the middle of his head.
Cool. Second ray is gonna go at this guy. Nice. I get advantage with this guy, right?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and you hit
Okay.
for 9 points.
And
No hole,
then
but it did hurt.
I think I'm gonna hit him again. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay. All right, you hit again.
And come on, hole. No.
Just 5 points. But
Ugh.
he's still badly hurt.
Okay. Hee hee. Have fun.
Is that the end of your turn?
No. I'm gonna go here.
Okay, fair enough. All
Those
right.
guys look like they hurt. I don't want to be involved in that.
Okay, the Grey Cultist turns to you, Ragu, and he says, "Jump in the water. Make a Wisdom
Don't
saving throw.
don't do it.
A DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, which you resist the urge to jump into the liquid."
Yes.
All right, Pico. You heard this cultist try to tell Ragu to jump in the water, and you saw Galen make a giant hole in one of the cultists' heads. What are you going to do?
First, I'm going to command the wolves to attack the cultist between Ragu and Oreo.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. They have advantage. They both hit, and the cultist is dead. Okay, what else are you going to do?
And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and fire Eldritch Blast at Grey Cultist number 6.
Okay,
All right, so I'm just going to...
and you hit both times.
All right, so now hold on, there's going to be 2d6 to add to that.
All right.
9, 10, 11. It's like 15 points.
All right, I could definitely hurt him. He's at less than half health.
All right, I am taking cover again.
Fair enough. All right, Oreo, the cultist that was near you has just been slaughtered. What are you going to do?
Move up one. Am I able to throw an arrow at this guy from here? Like in terms of like, do I have again any penalties?
No, he's at the highest level, so yeah, you can hit him just fine.
Then I'm going to use more specifically the arrow of displacement on this one and to
Okay,
shoot at him.
sure.
Um,
And you hit,
so it takes that,
and he
and
dies.
then that arrow breaks, but I get there.
That's correct.
And then I get into melee and uh yeah, I can't I switched into arrow so I can't switch again. So yeah, I'll just stay there. I can't do any um
Okay,
that's it.
fair enough. All right, Ragu, you only see one cultist, and Oreo is somehow there already. What are you going to do?
Arg. I'm counting spell slots. Sorry. Okay. All right. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna do this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It puts me there. 1, 2. Right here. What is that looking like? How
So
high up are we?
basically, this is like before in reverse. So you're at the lowest level, then you go upstairs, and there's a higher level, and then upstairs and the highest level.
No, I can see that, but what are our distance differences? Is this like a 3-foot jump that I can make, or a 10-foot tall up?
It's probably about these stat levels are probably 5 feet apart. Um, so you could probably climb up the side, but it would be rough terrain. So basically, what that means is that it would take you 2 hexes to get up.
But yeah, but what about just straight up leaping? I have athletic skill and a high strength. I should be able to just do a 5 foot running jump.
Sorry, could you speak a little louder? What you're trying to do?
Sorry, with a high strength and an athletic skill, I thought I could do like uh, a running jump 5 feet instead of climbing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Can you jump up? Yeah, I guess that works. Sure.
Okay, so continuing to run, I'm going to use all of my movement on my dashing to do another one, two, leap. Do you need me to make a
No, that's
athletics roll or
no.
anything?
You're good.
Okay, and then 4, 5. I can get up the stairs, right? Can I go
Yeah.
straight there, or do I have to go around? All right,
Yeah, that's fine.
that's where I get. And that is absolutely all of my movement. I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. It is
Looking angry and holding a weapon in each hand, but yeah.
it is now the cultist's turn, and then he says, "My life for chaos," and right where you are, a
Shit.
fireball explodes. So go ahead and give me your deck saves. DC 15.
I'm gonna take evade again on this, so let's see. Oh, no damage. Oh, thank God.
All right,
Oh,
Oh
Ragu,
wait. The deck save is a 15.
it's a 15.
Then I arcane deflection the last.
Okay, so fair enough. So that means that you take, would that be 19 damage? Yeah, so you take 19 damage instead of 38.
Wait a second. I since I already have resistance to fire, does that get cut to
That
0?
does cut it in half again, yes. So instead of 19, that'll be 8.
Okay,
Nice job. And he's dead.
close.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take you out of combat.
All right, my first priority is getting this captive unbound.
Okay, you do so. And at this point in time, you see that she's, with all the explosions and everything, she's already passed out. She's unconscious.
Oh, great.
Ragu, do you want to check that door? I'm gonna check the one down here.
Yeah.
Okay, the door, it's a stone door. Both of them are, and they are both locked.
Okay, I'll try and open the first one.
Okay,
Give me a sec.
yep, you
I'm gonna
unlock it pretty easily.
slowly come out of my hole.
And as you painfully slide the door open, you see what looks like a cramped small office with a candle burning.
Okay, before I
Go ahead.
okay, now I was gonna say,
Galen, can I get a bit of help here?
yeah, I'm just gonna help go on this side, and then we can start looking over other stuff. But the rest can start doing their thing. So I'm just gonna roll for the door again.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk to this lady?
She's passed out. Just I
I
guess
was
first
gonna
let's
say,
make
can
sure
I?
she's not hurt.
Oh,
Um,
sure.
This
Can I
door
roll?
appears to be pretty.
I
The
was
lock
gonna say,
seems to be pretty high quality, much higher quality than the other one, and you can't seem to make heads or tails of it. Okay, back to you guys. So, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna check on this lady. Do you need me to roll a medicine or anything? I just want to see how
Yeah,
she's doing.
you can give me a medicine check.
Hold on, let me turn it off advantage. Oh, that's awful.
She's unconscious.
Cool.
You can see, there is evidence of that she's been hurt, but you don't see any obvious blood, and she's probably doesn't have broken bones or anything. At least nothing you can tell.
So my healer's kit wouldn't help her here?
No, you could use your healer's kit on her to You would basically, when you're using your healer's kit, you're doing a thorough examination and doing everything. So you can definitely improve her state.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this kit then and use it on her. One
Okay,
second.
so after using the kit, she seems to be breathing easier. She's still unconscious, but you don't think it's because she's dying or anything like that, but more you're imagining she hasn't gotten a lot of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
combined with all the stress and everything that she just couldn't take it anymore.
Okay, I'll let Ragu know that she's gonna be okay. She's stable for now. We should probably just let her rest for a little bit before we do anything else with her.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Did you want to investigate some of these circly things and the
Well,
dragon
before we get
water
to
stuff?
that, because it took you, a few minutes
Mm,
to do your examination,
sure,
um,
sure.
Oreo and Ragu, you enter the office and you see various documents on the desk. So what do you do?
I hope Ragu with any investigation he has to make. So
Okay, so you see several documents. One of them seems to talk about a well poisoning plan, although you can see that part of the document has been destroyed. Although you do find one thing of interesting note. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. And so you basically you can see that. And so while you are looking at that, Galen, what is it you were doing?
I was just gonna go around with Ragu and maybe investigate this room right here.
Ragu, you don't see him at the moment.
Oh, sorry, I meant Pico. That's my bad.
Okay, so Pico, what are you doing?
Sorry, wait? Did you ask me to do something, Galen?
Yeah, I was wondering if you would help me investigate these circles and maybe the dragon skull. If you want to look at it from a more magical angle, I was gonna try and use like a religious background on these things.
Yeah, we can do that. Although first, I'd like to go ahead and secure our captive here. Find somewhere a
Sure.
little more, a little
Safe.
safer in case
Yeah,
anything goes wrong.
for sure. Yeah,
Uh,
let's do that. I'll go with him so he's not by himself.
yeah.
Okay, so while you're looking for that, Pico and Oreo, what are you doing?
You mean
you did the
Ragu?
same.
I
Now
meant
you.
Ragu, yeah.
It's easy, isn't it?
uh,
All right.
um,
Okay. I
Do
think we'll put her
you
in this storage room here, and then just inside the door, I'll have the two wolves there to keep her guarded.
Okay, fair enough. I'll put the wolves there. Yeah, that's where she is. Okay,
is
so
that
go ahead.
is that all that we found in that room in
You do
particular?
find various documents, but you notice that most of them have been destroyed. But you do see several that where they didn't do a very thorough job, and you see multiple times the Red Carpentry Guild get mentioned. You get the impression that that's where they've been getting their orders.
okay, will amending help with any of this paper damage? Do I need to make an investigation check for anything
Not really, because when I
outside?
say destroyed, I mean like literally disposed of, burnt, that kind of thing. You can take the pieces there and make it better, but that doesn't help much.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Anything else
well,
in this room? Secret panels, little hidden cubbies, anything else in the desk,
You
false
guys can
spotters?
make a perception check if you want. Nothing
mm,
nothing stands out though.
my
I
perception is
can,
8, FYI, if you want me
yeah,
to make
yeah, I was
roll.
gonna say I can help you out for that one.
Okay.
Okay.
If it's investigation, I'm good, but perception, you, I'll help you.
All right. So Oreo, as you're looking around, in one of the drawers in the desk, you find a secret panel. And inside the secret panel, you find a key. And it looks like a very fancy silver key with a ruby in the handle.
Okay. I kind of almost look
Perhaps
disappointed if this
those.
happens to be the key to the other goddamn room, but all right. I'll take the key and say, let's go and see if by some lucky chance this happens to work.
Yeah.
I try the key.
And it works.
God damn it. All right.
That's okay.
The door opens, and you see the statue of a dark onyx dragon, and but otherwise the room is a dead end.
I don't trust that. I'm gonna go ahead and use Dungeon Delver to check the entire room.
Okay,
Yeah,
go for it.
I'll help you if I can. Oh, you already got advantage.
Yeah.
You notice that the teeth on the dragon seem to be loose.
Okay. I look at Ragu and say, just stay ready. I don't know what the hell this is gonna do. I don't know if it's to the tugging teeth that will do the triggering.
Is that what you try?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly what it'll do, but
Okay, yeah, you pull on one of the teeth, and two stone walls slide open, and you see halls with stairs heading down.
Nice.
So go ahead and
Okay.
stay there for a moment. Um, Galen and Pico, what are you doing? All right.
So, Galen, you wanted to investigate something here?
So, I mean, pretty much the entire room. We should start with the circle here, because it'll probably be pretty similar to the circle there. But then I was hoping to check out maybe this water, and the dragon stuff on the
Okay, so
And
staircase.
these are steps going up?
yes, so basically this level is the same as the hallway you just came in at. This area is at a higher level, so these steps go up toward that, and this level's at a lower level, so these steps go down toward this. And each level's 5 feet apart.
Okay.
All right, so you guys said you're gonna investigate this?
Yeah, let's start with this circle, if you don't
Sure.
mind.
I'll help him.
Oh,
And allow me to offer my expert guidance.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate this using both religion and arcana. Uh, we'll start with religion, I guess.
okay, fair enough.
Can I use ceremony for this, or should I just do
Oh,
a
it's
straight
definitely a
religion?
ceremony, yeah.
Okay, can I roll with advantage because he's helping me, or no?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. And you said I had guidance?
Yeah, so you can roll an extra d4 on that.
Oh god, well, two 12s.
Roll your d4 and see what you get.
Yeah, you get up to 16.
Hey,
All right.
that's
So
purple.
yeah, as you're looking at this symbol, it's definitely some sort of ritualistic magic, and there definitely is a religious side to it. You notice similarities between the style of writing and the temple that you destroyed earlier, and
Hmm.
so you're pretty sure that it's related to that. And you also recognize a few of the symbols that seem to be symbols for connection, perhaps a connection between worlds.
Okay, I would like to point out the feature where I can read any of the languages on this planet. Is this language not of this planet?
Um, It sort of is. It's basically, it's definitely not native, but
Hmm.
it's used here, which I believe would be why you can recognize some of the symbols because
Okay.
your ability is basically kicking in and allowing
Hmm.
you to at least get some sense of it, if not the whole thing.
Okay, so I think they're using this to either draw power or give power to that weird dragon deity they have.
Hmm.
Okay, so while you guys are investigating, Ragu and Oreo, what are you doing?
Well, I would like to move forward. I kind of look over to goes like, is it smart for us to just keep going like this, or do you really want should we bring in the others?
We should take a peek at least, and then we can get them before going too far
Okay, well, in that
to
case,
see if there's an immediate problem.
well, stay here then, because I think I might move just a tad faster, just to see what's going on, and then I'll come by. Like,
Okay,
just stay like 10 feet behind me or something. I'm a stealth
Okay.
around.
So you're stealthing around. The stairs lead to about 5 feet down, and then you see it kind of loops around, and then you see a single stone door.
Okay, I'm gonna keep moving against stealth, so let me roll for that just to
So
be on the safe side.
as you're stealthily moving, you're kind of carefully looking around, and you hear a click. What do you do?
Uh, Move back, but just duck, thinking that maybe something
Okay,
is
so
gonna shoot out.
you duck downward as something whizzes towards you. Go ahead and give me a dex save, but you have advantage.
Okay. Ooh.
And you're ducking, and this arrow, this blazing arrow, flies out of the wall and hits you square in the chest.
I do. It is a trap though, so I do get resistance to damage from traps.
Okay, fair enough. So that would be half damage. So I'll just roll half. So you take 19 instead of whatever 8d6 would have been.
Okay.
And
Yeah, she would definitely make a sound at that, so Ragu would notice.
Ragu, you see that Oreo is smoking and has this black shaft
Oh,
sticking out of her chest, and she is on fire.
I literally leap down the stairs, like just in one bound, grab her, using my cloak to put her out as I pick her up and take two big leaps up the stairs and out this door here.
Okay.
Here, yeah,
okay.
over here.
Yep,
Get
this
you
is
out
fine.
here.
I can,
Right.
yeah, I can walk
Once,
from here.
yeah. Well, once I get you out this door, I'm gonna set you down and start pulling out the arrow and
Yeah.
making sure.
All right. So you're pulling out the arrow. Back to Galen and Pico. As you're investigating, and Galen's kind of giving you, talking about what he's figured out, you hear Oreo a blood-curdling scream echoing on the walls, coming from this direction. It
Sure, we'll
sounds
say
like
Alright.
that's a
Oreo.
sound.
Okay, let's start running. This sounds like a job for me. There's a cat.
You see
Still
Ragu
smoking.
kind of pulling an arrow out of Oreo, and you can see that her clothing is charred.
Oreo, have I used
Mm, not
thing on you yet?
today. I
Not
don't think
today?
so.
Awesome. Let's start with that. Um, so you're going to get 6 plus your hit dice back.
Okay. I think that should be good for now because I thought, hold on, let me see 11. That puts me just less than 10 points underneath, so don't use a spell slot. I will
Okay.
be fine for like this right now.
Okay. I'm going to investigate to see if the arrow that she was hit with is poisoned or in some way affecting her body in ways that might not be physically evident just yet.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a either herbalism or medicine.
Medicine it is. Could I get some guidance or assistance?
I'll give you some expert guidance because it's better than normal guidance.
Awesome. All right. Well, looks like you're
You,
probably on your own if it's
you
poison.
don't think it's poison. You
All
see no
right, should be
evidence of
fine.
poison.
I mean, normally the wound would be festering a little bit, so it seems like you're fine. Let me know if something changes.
Yeah, thanks though. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Since you guys are here, I might as well just share what it is that we found here. And
yeah.
I think, Rogu, you might want to share the notes that we found and the situation up
Although,
here.
actually, since I apparently didn't help Galen, I'll go ahead and offer myself expert guidance and also make a medicine check just in case.
Go ahead.
I can help you with that
Never
if you need
mind.
like a. Yeah.
I'm
Not even roll
fine,
the extra
guys.
guidance. It
I'm
can't.
not poisoned. The hell? You guys are just too worried. Just relax.
Uh-huh.
It's
Keep in
fine.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be
yeah.
fine.
We're good. We're good.
All right. So what do you do?
So yeah, there's the situation with the note. I don't know if you guys have taken the time to read that. And then,
I didn't because we didn't have access to the note. I don't think.
oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
should
we're
be able to see
definitely
it.
gonna
It
share
it's
that.
should show up in
Like
your
meant we
I could,
weren't in the room.
here. I'll
But
share it
if
again.
no, it's fine. I
Right
had it up.
there.
I just didn't want to read it
Oh, okay.
until we had access to it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I should
and I
save it.
also have several other pieces of semi-destroyed documents that all constantly, refer to the Red Carpentry Guild.
This is interesting. Um,
Hmm.
if they're trying to push this blue sand epidemic thing, I have to wonder why. There's got to be
Yeah.
something they're gaining out of this beyond just simply addicts.
Yeah.
What about the magic? I mean, think about it. It says the Warlock's plan. Well, what if you spread some sort of, special magic through the population, and then you snap your fingers, and everybody in the population who has had the magic is either charmed under your control or dies or something. It'd be a large way to make a big show of force of magic power.
But yeah, that's the
That
sort
does
of thing I
sound
was thinking. Something that would work to their advantage somehow.
because they don't seem like the type of group to really care about the money or just like
Yes,
anything
it
like
has to be
that.
another reason. I mean, we've never heard of blue sand before. I mean, some new fancy designer magic drug. I think it might have some more nefarious purpose.
Would it
Hmm.
be worthwhile to bring in the Nexus in any way to help with the research on this, to figure out other avenues of what could be leading to all of this? Maybe they could have
They,
been investigating something we don't know.
yeah,
That may well
probably.
be a bad
Because it says
idea.
they have ins with the guards. They don't mention anything with the
Yeah.
Nexus here, which is good.
So we're not 100% sure some of the city guard can be bribed, but the Nexus Guild being an independent, it's like, yeah, 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 yeah.
Although that doesn't mean that for sure they don't have any people inside.
Probably not, but I mean, we know some trusted folks so far. And maybe we can count on them for a little bit of discretion on all of this.
Yeah, no, I think that's probably smart.
But yeah, aside from that, there is that booby trapped place in the back there, which I don't know if it'll get triggered again or not. I'd have to check again, but there is one spot up there that still hasn't been checked.
Hmm.
So unless you guys think we need to take the captive back and take care of that, we might want to get this out of the way.
Um, she's fairly safe at the moment. I've got two wolves covering her, and I think anybody who should show up to investigate is going to have a lot more to on their plate than worrying about a storeroom. So I think
Okay.
we should finish exploring this out first, and then we can go ahead and reunite her with the rest of the captives.
Hmm.
Okay. So if that's the case, then follow me. Although I'm gonna take
But
this next route. What?
Although
before we
before
do
we do this
that,
stuff, Galen, you wouldn't mind taking a look at my wounds, would you? I got scorched really heavy duty by
yeah,
that
I was gonna say
fireball.
everybody else here needs some healing, and also I
Yeah,
would like
true.
if we could maybe investigate the dragon head and the liquid.
Fair enough.
But it's a
Um,
good thing that my skin's always so or cold. Otherwise, that would have really burned.
okay, let's start with the healer's kit then. Okay,
Oreo
you're gonna
gives,
get 10 plus your 10 plus your hit dice back, your maximum hit dice.
as
And
Pico
plus
is
my
saying that, Oreo's probably gonna give him like
18.
tips of how
Nice.
to tumble out of a fireball. That's just because like I took zero damage from a fireball, so Maybe I know how to figure this out, man.
I actually did forget to roll that. So actually, it's a good thing you brought that up because I feel stupid.
I just
Um,
didn't want to say anything on the act. Like, all right, he didn't want to say it. He's gonna get burned on it.
Do you need any more, Pico?
no, that's pretty good. Thank you very
Raku,
much
you
for that.
seem
That
to have
was definitely worth
somehow
it.
got beat to shit again. Um, sure, let's do this. I'll hit you with a Cure Wounds at level 2, and we'll
Whoa, whoa,
see
whoa!
how
No,
you
no, you're
feel.
not. Oh, you're doing that the ragu.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Ragu, that's
I'm
15.
definitely okay. 15.
Do you need any more?
I will honestly take all that you can give me because I am. Well, wait a second.
I don't want to
15
waste all
plus
my
15.
healing just yet, because,
Oh no.
we still have a lot to do, but I'll hit you with one more at level 1. How
Well, for
about
what
that?
it's worth, I can do some backup healing if there's any issue with that. So I wouldn't
Well,
worry about that.
I'm
also,
just,
if
yeah, I just
here's
want to have at
here's
least, sorry, go.
there's no, there's another point. In the time that Galen is investigating the spot, unless Ragu, you really need to be checking it out yourself. You can just take a 10-minute rest and use some of your hit dice.
Oh yeah. I definitely could have done that.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes per hit die.
That
So
would
I
be
figured,
nice if we could use some hit die, because I've been burning a
Yes.
lot of
yeah,
spell slots on this.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm gonna I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes. Ugh,
Cool. Well,
So,
while you're
I am
sitting here,
tough,
maybe we
but
can spend that time
I
to
can still.
investigate.
yep,
Okay.
I'll help you out because I am proficient with investigation, but I'll give you all of the help I can get, and you just make the rolls.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Galen, so what are you doing?
Let's start with the liquid. I don't really know how I want to approach this. Pico, do you have any special insights to stuff like this, like poison knowledge or herbalism or something?
Um, Let me see. I mean, I know I've got a spell that could detect if it is poison, but actually, let me take a look. Um,
Because if not, I can just go in with like,
Actually,
I don't
give me 10 minutes. I can check on that, and then so yeah, I'll start performing my ritual to over the water to try to identify it.
Okay,
know.
so
All
Oh,
what does
right.
the
okay.
spell do?
Detect poison and disease. Basically, if it's got poison or disease, it'll let me know that that's the case. Plus, it tells me something about the nature of it. Let me verify
Okay,
to what
so
degree.
while you're doing that, that's 10 minutes. So, Galen or Oreo, are you doing anything in those 10 minutes?
I'm
Sure.
literally just here to help Galen and
Let's
Pico.
look at the dragon skull for a little bit. It's kind of cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what are you looking for, or that kind of thing?
For starters, I want to like see if there's any relics or anything of religious note or value note inside of the skull.
Okay,
After that, I might see if I know anything about just dragons as a creature. Although I'm not proficient in that, I still will try. Just like to see like what it's doing here, or what they would be using it for.
I want to
okay.
help him using history because I'm proficient in history, but I just kind of want to see if maybe I should could have backtracked to think of anything that might even come in connection with something like this.
Well, what I was going to actually say is that Galen, you can make a history check. So what it sounds like is Oreo might want to make the check with your help.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
What's your history? Just
My
as far.
histories, I have no history.
Oh,
I have
no,
experience.
okay. All right, cool, because I only have a 3, but if it's an advantage, we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got a 2, so we'll take the
Okay.
extra point.
All right. So yeah, you're looking at it, and there's something there's something off about it. It looks you get the impression that the skull is fake.
Hmm.
It's not a real dragon skull, although it's the correct shape and everything. Um, but it actually seems to be made out of some sort of hard surface, almost like stone but smooth. You get the impression that this was probably shaped by magic.
Interesting. Okay, and as to is there anything in there? Is there anything
Inside
in
there,
there?
you don't see anything. It's mostly hollow. However, or actually, you don't see much. I should say it's mostly hollow. However, the water or that's flowing out of it seems to
Mm-hmm.
be it just seems to be appearing in the middle and just flowing. There doesn't seem to
Got
be
it.
any source. It just seems to be appearing out of nowhere.
Okay, can I make an Arcana check on the skull then to
Yeah.
see what it's doing with this water? Okay. Do I get advantage with you
Yeah,
being
I've got
here?
it. I've got proficiency from my Phantom Rogue stuff, so you get
Awesome.
That
advantage on
works.
that.
That's great. Thank you. Oh my God, my rolls are so bad tonight.
Oh,
Um,
Uh,
as you're looking at it, you're not able to glean much from it, but you get the impression that this magic, whatever created this, is far too advanced for some random cultists.
yeah. Do you want to try and make an Arcana check with my help?
my Arcana is just a 3, so
It's a roll though.
would it work, Jeremy, if I can roll
Yeah.
advantage if he's helping me with that?
Well, no, you guys already work together, so
Okay.
you already have
Yeah,
her input.
that's what I thought.
What
Okay.
what
Okay.
kind of arcana are we talking about here?
Probably something
If you
related
give
to
me a minute,
artifacts.
You're
if you give
resting,
me a
Ragu.
minute, I can
Yeah,
look.
no,
Yeah.
Ragu, rest. You can look at it later. Let's
And
just.
you rolled
Okay.
2 dices, so we're gonna be here for 20 minutes. So just yeah, you're just chill.
Okay.
uh,
That's why I said if you give me a minute, I'll get up and look in a little while.
no, it's
Take a
all
sip
good.
of water.
Um,
After 10 minutes, my spell should kick in, and it would tell me the nature of the poison or disease if there's anything to it.
Okay, so you're casting it on the liquid.
Yeah.
Okay, so your spell comes back, and it is definitely poisoned and diseased. Um,
jeez.
you get the impression that at one point in time this was normal water, um,
Hmm,
but probably due to magic or maybe due to the whatever's happening with the skull, it is becoming more and more corrupted, and
Uh,
it does seem to be a. It seems that it's not immediately deadly, though.
hmm.
You get the impression that whatever happens is a very long-term effect, but for some reason, the spell doesn't tell you what that effect is.
hey, Galen, you have a magic hand, right?
Mage hand, yeah.
Mage hand, sorry. Uh, does Pico share that information with us?
Yes.
Galen, can you do me a favor? I hand
Hmm.
you 2 vials. Can you fill these up for me, please?
I'll go ahead and dunk those vials using mage hand.
Okay. Yeah, you see the color is the same. You would expect that as you dilute the liquid, that the color would be diluted, kind of like water. But no, it still has that same color despite having a lot less substance.
Crazy. Okay, so on a side note about this water, do you guys think that it's possible that this could be being used in some way for the blue sand, or do you think it's something, do you maybe think they were feeding it to their sacrifice? Maybe that's how she was hurt without having taken any damage.
That's a good point.
Although it is possible they could have just been casting some type of weird spell to drain her energy to like send it to the weird
Oh,
demon
damn it.
creature.
I'll be right back. I just realized I got to check on the captive. So,
Okay,
I had to concentrate on that spell, so I just realized that would have dismissed my wolves.
Fair enough.
okay.
She is still laying there unconscious.
This
You
door has
wanna
a lock on it, does it?
It does.
I'm going to go ahead and try to lock it.
Do you have a key?
I do not, so I was going to try to pick it closed.
Okay, you can make a pick locking skill then, or lock picking skill then.
Okay. Before doing that, though, I'm going to write a quick note for her in case she wakes up while we're gone. Um, um, Basically, the note's going to say, please remain quiet. We're attempting to rescue the prisoners and clear this area out. You are safe in here for now, but please remain quiet. We will return to rescue on our way out. I'll leave that note in her lap, and then I'll go ahead and step outside and attempt to lock the door.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself some expert guidance and do this. Amazing. Well, I'll roll the d4 anyway. So a 10.
Yeah, you're trying to pick it closed, but it's just not working.
Hmm.
Your best bet to get a key from somewhere.
I'm going to carry her over into the other room and try that lock as well.
What room?
This one here, because this is also a storage room, right?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
We could
All
also
right.
search the bodies of the cultists for any keys.
Oh, that's a good point. There's a
Yeah, you
bunch of
want to
dead
do
bodies
that?
around us. Yeah. Can I
Let's pat
search
them
the
down.
bodies just to see, just to see in general what they have on them?
So
They
again,
generally don't have very much on them, but they each do have a what looks like a simple key. You were able
Okay.
to lock the door, Pico.
all right.
How many
So
keys are in there in total then in between the bodies? Like simple
6.
keys.
What about that big boss cultist that was shooting fireballs? Nothing on that guy.
I don't
Um,
even know if he's still around. He threw a
he
fireball in
he
smack center.
basically
Yeah, he,
exploded, or
he
he's basically
exploded.
nothing. He's
Okay.
ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know if maybe his stuff got scattered,
Yeah,
but
whatever he had, you don't see any evidence of anything.
yeah, it's gone.
I
Okay.
I pass a key to everybody, so everybody and the other two will go for the other guys just in case we need to keep running around this place. And I don't know if these keys work for anything.
And Pico, looking at the key, it looks like it would have fit the locks that you just dealt with perfectly.
all right. We'll want to hold on to those then. I locked the door the hard way. I had to move her into the western storage room because I didn't have any luck with the eastern lock. Guess it was just a bad tumbler combination. All right. Well, that'll make it easier because with my luck, probably won't be able to get the door opened.
Pico, would you actually mind looking at the skull for the arcane purposes? I am better at religion than magic.
Um, my expertise is spells. Ragu would be better about this. I can help him.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Do you guys want to fast forward 20 minutes so Ragu can be done?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it should
let's
only
go
be
ahead and
fast
do
forwarding
that.
10 minutes because we
Okay.
had to go halfway through that for my spell.
Fair enough. So 10 more minutes passes. Ragu, you're finished resting. So what do you do?
All right. Well, I can help here with many things. You want me to take a look at that dragon skull thing first, or
Yeah,
the
let's start with the
dragon
dragon skull.
I will help you with that, and I will offer my expert guidance.
And we share with you what we've already learned, so at least you have that as a base.
Yeah.
That should work. Okay, advantage. And my first one is going to be here.
Okay. So yeah, you're examining the dragon head, which you realize is a large artifact, and the first thing you realize about it is that the person who created it was casting it was a very powerful mage. In fact, far more powerful than you are, and probably more powerful than anybody you've met in the Nexus. Um, you guess that this is probably this is higher level magic than most people in the world can use. And then the second thing you realize is that this this skull is basically taking moisture out of the air and moisture probably out of a lot of the surrounding regions, but really small amounts. And it is then somehow bringing that together and creating this flowing water. And you can sense that this water is already diseased and poisoned, although for some reason your spell doesn't tell you what that does, or your knowledge doesn't tell you what that does.
Okay. I literally share all that word for word. Hmm.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
it is
All of that.
obvious to you at this point that none of the cultists here could have created this.
Yes, this is way too powerful. Um, with my Artificer's lore and realizing how powerful and dangerous this thing actually is, um, can I think of some way to shut it down or turn it off, or maybe even
You
destroy
think
it?
that if you were to destroy the skull, that the water will stop.
What about any negative repercussions? I do not want the skull turning into a nuclear bomb as we destroy it.
You don't think there's any necessarily anything negative by destroying the skull, although you think there might be a chance that whoever created it will know it's been destroyed.
Okay.
Fine. It's
Well,
probably that sick dragon.
yeah, I was gonna say, the person who created this, if they're still alive, is very, very powerful indeed. But can we risk leaving this thing to suck the very life's water out of the atmosphere and turn it into this poison?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we should break it.
Just be mindful though that as soon as this breaks, if you told us exactly word for word, then there's a chance that we have a new target on our own heads and we might be running on a clock on ourselves.
I
Because
feel
if
Exactly
like
my point.
I
That is why I shared that and asked. This is the party consensus that there's the possibility. But then again, like I said, the very, very powerful magic man who made this might not be alive. If he
Based on
is,
the
then he
note,
will come.
we're already on their radar.
That is
maybe,
also true.
but we also have ways of in and out of this place, and we, as long as we clear this out and lock this place for now, we have some temporary reprieve that no one's gonna just randomly come in here unless they purposefully are coming in here for something.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
This
I
is an
think it's
entire cult
possible that the
cell.
person who made this or helped make this dragon thing also helped with the altar we've already destroyed. So it's possible that we're already on this person's bad list.
If it makes you feel better, I am not believing that this person who made this, I mean, they will realize that this is broken and destroyed, but I do not believe they will have any long-term knowledge. If you would like to maybe have plausible deniability, if you go to the other side of the door and I will hit it and it will only see me, then I will be the one on target, not you or anybody else here in the room.
I feel like if
Yeah,
they're that strong enough to make this, they're smart enough to know that we're a group.
Okay,
yeah, and the idea is I
just an
don't.
offer.
Yeah, but I could care less if you're saving me on this. It's gonna affect everybody anyway. Somebody in the party is gonna get targeted regardless. That doesn't it defeats the purpose. That's
Yeah.
not the point. Um,
Well, depending, it doesn't actually have to be us. I can think of at least two options, the abstract. If we're going with the whole, oh, sure, it wasn't us and just want an alibi, um, Devok might be able to help us with that by providing some demolition crew. If we want something a little more thorough, um, just off the top of my head, I can think of at least two organizations that would have a problem with this, maybe three. Um, so if
And if you
potentially
were
if we
to
brought this
just
to any
happen
of
to
their
give them
attention and
a,
let them handle the demolition,
yeah, if
well,
they were happen to find a map and an entrance and little X marks the spot, then they
well, the
would
thing
come
of
in
it,
here.
the fear I have there is I don't want to help weaponize any other groups with something like this. So I do like the idea of Devog's crew actually coming in here and doing that, especially if he can do it with cultists. If he can
which
get
we've
an
just
army of
created plenty of
cultists,
those bodies.
yeah. If he can just relive those for, I don't know how long it'll take him to get all of them put together, but if it's their faces, not ours, then I think I'd be happier with that.
Yeah, when it comes to organizations, for what it's worth, in fact, one I was thinking was Devox, because apparently they had a vested interest in these problems down here being solved. There's also the Nexus Guild, which probably isn't going to be a conflict of interest for us, although that does potentially still bring some attention on us indirectly. And the third one is the religious group that was trying to stop the blue sand. If these people are responsible for the distribution, it seems like at least some of them would have a vested interest in thwarting their plans. But yeah,
But yes, we
Vox
need to
minions would be
carefully
the
pick.
hmm?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, the Vox minions, we are fine with that. But
Yeah.
if we were notifying another group, we need to carefully pick them to make sure that there is not some corruption or lust for power that they might not destroy this thing and instead try and keep it for themselves.
Well, that's why I specifically
Either
picked three
that,
groups.
or in the case of good people trying to demolish this, putting a target on them all of a sudden too.
That's more of a concern. Yeah.
Well, we can go grab the rest of the robot cult bodies we got strewn around here, put them in a pile, and Doc can come down at a later point if we want to continue investigating.
Yeah.
Right.
Wasn't there something
Was there
about a
anything
trap?
else I needed to look at?
Is there anything else? I don't know, Gillian, if you were there something else that he was going to help you with. Was it the water or something that you wanted Ragu's help with
Oh,
too?
yes,
Yeah, but
actually, my
Pico kind of
I
did
reached
that
into my
when we figured
alchemist
out.
kit and I pull out a little flask, and I hand it to Galen and said, "Would you please?" Same as,
Uh, yeah, sure, I'll fill it up for Amazing Mage Hand.
all right. I
But yeah,
can
this.
use my alchemist kit later and be a little more discerning about the effects of the water.
But yeah, so there's a trapped thing up here, and I definitely would prefer if we go in that we go through the right though, because that's probably closer to the door if I recall correctly. But just hold on before you make any other moves. I'm gonna stop here, Jeremy, and then check for traps.
Okay, go ahead. Make a perception check.
Gonna do that advantage, I believe, is because of the dungeon delver. I believe. Let me double check just to be super sure.
Now, wasn't there? Did you guys mention an office or something?
Yeah, we already. That's where we got the note from, and we
Should I
did the
check it
full
anyway, just
investigation.
to be sure?
Sure.
I'll just be a moment. I'm gonna assume that's down here.
Yep.
All right. Anything strike me as I walk in the room?
You see a bunch of paperwork that looks like it was mostly destroyed. You can see evidence that some of it was repaired as much as possible with something, probably mending. Um, and Ragu's following you, so you're probably not surprised. Um, and out of the
Yeah, I was gonna
paperwork that
say.
is there, you can see multiple references to the Red Carpentry Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you also see a book on the shelf, but it has a binding to it. But it instead of being instead of the sides being parallel, they're together like a triangle.
You guys see this already?
Uh, no.
I'm gonna check that. Try pull on the books.
You pull on it, and as it opens, you can see that there was once pages in here, potentially potentially 100 pages, and you can see that at some point they were all ripped out, and on one of the pages the ripping is incomplete, and you see what looks like gibberish, and looking at the gibberish gives you a headache.
This is very interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna close that and take that with me. Actually, since I'm looking at it at the moment, I'm gonna try and use arcane spell lore on this. Ragu, there's some writing on here that's giving me a headache. I'm gonna try and figure this out. You want to give me a little help figuring this out? I show him it a little bit
Absolutely.
too.
Okay.
I'll give myself some expert guidance as I try to focus my way through this.
And I'll give
So,
him advantage.
And
okay.
while you're doing that, Oreo, you're checking for traps, and it looks like you there was a trap about in the center of the room. There was a very well hidden pressure plate. Um, However, it looks like it's already been triggered.
Okay, so it doesn't look like it's something that resets.
No.
Okay.
Well, it can probably be reset, but you suspect there's some process to it.
Can I take with that kind of a role? Could I have taken the time to see what would help trigger it and trying to find a way to mm, stop it from getting ever triggered again?
There is a small hole in the wall over here, where the arrow came from, and next to it, there is what appears to be a loose stone.
Okay, a loose stone. I'll move the stone and see what
You
comes
move
from
it
it.
away, and beneath the stone, you see a hollow area, and you see what looks like a crank, like like you can wind something.
Can I somehow break the crank
Yeah,
itself?
you can break it.
Okay, definitely want to do that. And does it look like at that point that it's just
It's
there's
broken.
nothing?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it can't be reset again.
Alrighty, I'll put the rock back in its place for now, but I'll let people know that we're good from here once they're back.
All right.
Um, I will get here though, and whatever actions they do next, after that we'll be trying to open this door.
Okay, fair enough. So Ragu and Pico, what are you doing?
I rolled a 17 total.
Okay, and so you you're pretty convinced that the symbols are actually gibberish, um, and you feel like there's probably some connection uh, between the book and something else, and perhaps that connection would allow you to would do something with those symbols. But unfortunately, you're unable to determine what that connection is, and in fact, that connection is probably almost entirely severed at this point. But you suspect that if you could get another one of these that was more intact, um, perhaps perhaps that information can be discovered.
Interesting. Well, so I doubt there's another one in here, but I'm going to go ahead and try and search one myself.
Okay.
And give myself some expert guidance on that. I've always got tips for myself on these things. So let's
I'll
see.
go ahead and give you some help.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, 24.
You search thoroughly, but you do not find anything else like that.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and take the book with me, and then we'll go ahead and catch back up to Oreo.
Okay.
I'm using the various keys that I found so far to see if any of those work.
The fancy key with the ruby
Ruby?
handle
Mm-hmm.
does appear to fit.
Sweet. Opening it up.
Okay. You open it up, and you you find what appears to be some sort of treasury.
Yeah, her eyes just go wide. Going straight to the fancy ones first.
You
Do they
see
look like?
you see two fancy chests, a box, and then a pile of silver. The key works on the chests,
Ooh,
and
awesome.
yeah. So inside the first chest, you see you see six silvery cloaks, and each of these cloaks has different dragon symbols on it. You know, basically, yeah, they're all symbols of a dragon, but they're kind of like different poses. And these cloaks radiate magic, or at least your hair standing up makes you think so. In
Okay.
the second box, um, you see a three daggers. The daggers are silver, and you see three potions of greater healing, and you see a tome of a spell book. And then in the box, you find a bunch of tools. Um, you find three regular healing potions, and unfortunately, not much else of use. And then finally, on the ground, you see a pile of 10,000 silver coins.
Holy crap. Okay. The
Are you
daggers you
writing all
said,
of that down?
the daggers you said are silvered or just silver?
Silver,
Okay. So they're plain daggers.
as in the metal silver.
Right, but plain silver. I mean, or I guess when I keep thinking silvered, I'm thinking of the ones that are like a bit fancier than the regular dagger. Is that the type that?
I mean, these literally look like they are regular looking daggers, but made out of silver instead of
Okay, got
steel.
it. So they are silvered. Okay, got it.
Hmm. We should do detect magic on a bunch of these things.
Yeah.
Uh, do you want to do this now, Regu, or do you want to wait somewhere else? Just take them now.
I'd recommend somewhere
Um,
else.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say this might take a while. If we can just get everything up to carry,
Can we carry 10,000 XP? How much is that?
I'll do my best.
Well, no, hold
to
on. Where we
I
can
think
split
it's
up.
a
I'm just
pound per 50 or something like that.
a pound per 50. Okay.
No
Hold on.
way.
Let me see
And
here.
how many did you say
You
we
said
had?
there were
So 200 pounds worth?
well, don't worry. You said there were tools up in here too.
Yeah, they
Can I
seem to
look for
be.
those?
There's some picks, some shovels. Um, there's a sledgehammer. There's some smaller hammers. There's saws. There's clamps. That kind of thing.
Okay. I
it's
didn't know if it
about
was like.
200 pounds worth of silver.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
made the
Okay.
math. Okay, so
Don't
I
worry.
think
If we're going to be leaving very soon, then yes, I can be carrying all of this.
relax. I'm gonna take 10 pounds right now. At least for starters.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I'm going to be expecting you to keep track of it. I'll help carry it.
uh, sure.
I can carry it if people need me to, but I don't.
Well, once we're ready to go out, we can all just distribute it equally. We won't need to be able to move super fast on the way out, theoretically.
Yeah, I'll just make a
Well,
note of it in my list for now then and then we'll just I mean it will make sense for now though, Jeremy, but I'm just gonna put the thing on my list in general just so I know that it's getting carried by the team and then we'll distribute as we get out.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I'll make it very easy on everybody so that we don't, no confusion. I can create a disk of floating energy that will carry all of this all at once.
Fair enough.
Sure. All right, well,
Uh,
if there's nothing else, I mean, I just want to check the walls again and everything, use Dungeon Delver to be sure that there's nothing else hidden.
Okay, yeah, you can make a roll if you want. Okay, yeah, you're searching, and yeah, there's nothing else hidden.
Okay. Um, yeah, I guess we should probably head back then.
sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'll go ahead
All
and
right.
ritual cast Tensor's floating disk. We can load everything on there as long as it's less than 500 pounds. We don't have to worry about anything, and we can just carry
So,
on.
Oreo, on your way out, you do notice that there is a door down here that is currently locked.
Oh, good point. Thank you. I'm gonna get over here, use the same set of keys, see if any of those triggered.
Where was?
Yep.
Oh,
Where's?
And
over
The
here.
entrance to the temple
you
area.
unlock the door, and you see another door, and it says authorized personnel only.
Well,
I
pretty
wonder
awesome.
if, I wonder
I
if this
hereby
key
appoint
tells
this
me.
as authorized personnel.
Is this
Nice.
key authorizes?
Yeah,
Okay, I guess it
it
does.
unlocks it. And what you see is you see what looks like a worship area, but you notice that the altar looks just like the altar in the chaos area, except it's not glowing and moving.
So this is what they're
Oh
trying to
no.
imbue with power.
Yeah.
And you do
Oh
notice
no.
a also a scroll case to the north.
I'm going to check the scroll case.
Okay, so you discover there seems to be some information about the Chaos Dragon altar, and it seems to describe a ritual to instill the power of chaos within an individual, and subjugating them to the Chaos Dragon. In return, they gain the ability of infinite regeneration while close enough to the Chaos Dragon Temple, although it doesn't tell you what that distance is, so that they may survive to see this world end and then be elevated to positions of power in the new world. So I'll go ahead and post that for you.
Right. Now I remember you saying that there was a spell book of some sort in that first treasure room.
Oh yes,
I
I
could
forgot to
see it
list it.
written down.
Spellbook. So what it is actually have you opened it yet?
No, but I was just
You
making sure it
it's
was
definitely a
still in
special
the
spell
inventory
book.
for later.
You as you look at it, you feel like you want to learn more about it before you open it.
Yeah, definitely gonna do that.
We can do some Arcana checks on it.
Yeah, I could probably do that, although we probably want to do that somewhere a little more
Yeah,
safe.
let's get it somewhere safe before we experiment with it.
So is there any way that
Yeah,
do we wanna
just
at least
making sure it was
destroy
on
this
the inventory
altar?
list.
Yeah, we should destroy the sculpture. Just cause.
I mean, the altar, or
Yeah.
both things.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
we before we destroy the altar though, I noticed that there are these symbols there. They have any meaning?
Yes, they seem to somehow be connected to the magic circle outside.
Yep.
Somehow
Okay.
connected to that ritual. You think?
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. All right. Okay. Could I do some more investigating with that ritual sheet as well?
Yeah. So yeah, basically, the ritual they're describing isn't the same as the one in the main room. The ritual
Hmm.
they're describing is specifically basically instilling that power of chaos into new members.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's
Like
pretty
what happened?
explicit, so there's no investigation required. In fact, if you
Cool.
have the magic skills, you can actually perform the ritual yourself, assuming you are so aligned.
Yeah,
Holy
no,
crap.
definitely not.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
All right,
Uh,
so what do you guys do?
I'm going to search the scroll case just in the offbeat chance that there's anything else more interesting on it.
Okay. Yeah, you look through and you find there are three sets of scrolls and ink that you can actually use for scribing spells, which means that you can scribe three spells without any cost, although you still have to spend the time.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no, you don't find anything else very interesting, other than a lot of what seems like cultist propaganda, but none of it seems informative.
Hmm. Okay. Well, let's break this altar.
Right, yes. Oh, does anyone want that spell link?
I guess you can hold on to it. I want to think carefully about what we'd use that for.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it works for any spell, it does not have to be for nefarious purposes, and I have anyway. All right, let's.
Keep in mind, at least half of us could have a reason to scribe scrolls. So
Yeah. I
Oh, is it for
even just
scribing
recently
scrolls or just for
scribed a
putting
bunch of
stuff
Yes,
up there?
it
to
specifically, it essentially allows you to. It's such high quality and so purified that you're actually able to scribe up to 3 scrolls that you'd normally be able to scribe, but by only spending the time and not the money.
Oh, okay.
So this is
For some
worth
reason I kept
thousands of
thinking it
silver.
was. Okay, yeah, never mind. I thought it was actual spelling for scribing
Oh, okay.
spells in a spell book. Sorry. Oh no, no. I know. It's a little different now. Okay.
All right. So are you guys destroying the altar?
Yes.
do we want to have the contractors do it?
No, let's just break this thing. It's not
Well,
magically active, so it's not going to be the same as breaking
you're
the
probably
scroll.
right, but just the same, let me go ahead and get the captive ready. So I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. Gonna go head over to her, unlock her, see if she's conscious.
I'll go ahead and reach into my pack and pull out that dark necromantic mace that
I'll
we
use
had
the keys
recently
this
found.
time.
I don't know if we want to use the stuff that they've been wielding against the stuff that they've created.
She's
I
still
did not want to.
sleeping, Dave.
I'm
Or
gonna try and
Pico.
trying to
I'll
rouse her to consciousness.
Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and make a con save for her.
I go ahead and put it back. I say I simply did not want to put chips and things
Yeah,
Yay!
she wakes up.
Okay.
in my swords.
Okay. So the first thing, shh. You're safe now. We're here to rescue you.
She's just kind of looking around furtively. She can tell she's just on the edge of crying again, and she's looking at you, and then she seems to recognize you for a moment, but then she just kind of just rocking back and forth.
Someone who cares about you, let me know you're here.
She, she nods, and you can tell she's holding back the tears.
Okay. Oh, he's safe. Please come with me and be prepared to run just in case. We believe we've cleared this place out, but we're trying to thwart their plans, and it may involve some fast movement.
Oh, by the way, Pico, you do notice that there is a closed door to the south.
Hmm. Actually, stay here for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and close the door. It's not locked.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peek at the door. Can
Yeah.
I see beyond it?
You can't see beyond it, but it is currently locked. It looks like it's the fancy. It looks like the different than the locks on the main doors, but the same as the lock on the treasury door.
Okay, well, I don't have these, so I'm just going to try and pick the lock
Okay.
first. Boy, let me give myself some advice. Expert guidance based on my previous failings, and boom. Oh, that's not going
It's
to
not
work.
working. This is a really high
Don't
quality lock.
Okay.
don't we have some keys like that already from
Yes.
last time? Okay.
Okay, I open the door. We're safe to move along.
Okay.
And I go ahead and make it a point to show her the empty cells, despite the pictures of the
Yeah,
prisoners there.
they're empty. They're just baked into the map.
We already removed everybody in these cells. We'll reunite you with them soon. Okay, so
You,
coming
you
around the
feel a
door.
tugging as you're going along. She seems to be holding on to your fur.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm just going to come to the door. Hey, before we trash that altar, there's another locked door here. I think Oreo's treasury key or something on that ring might work.
Gonna go up. Hold on.
Yep.
Where?
Just follow the loop all the way around to the other side of the cells.
And
There will
you
be.
see she's kind of staying on the opposite side of Pico as everybody else.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Using the key.
Okay.
Mhm.
You open it up, and you see a large room. You see that you're on an elevated section, and 5 feet below, you see stairs that lead to a lower area. In that area, you see two tubs. You see some fires that probably weren't lit too long ago. You see some sort of furnace. You see tables with test tubes and notes. You see alchemy tables. You see jars full of glowing liquid of various colors. You see bookcases, and you see boxes.
Sis, you guys are gonna. I'm sure you're gonna check out everything else.
All right, so you're looking in the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
You open up the boxes, and they're packed full of blue sand.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
Galen, what are you
that's
doing?
a lot of drugs.
What are you doing, Galen?
I was gonna look at the bookshelf since
Sure.
I really have no alchemy knowledge.
You see various documents that can be found there. There's one that seems to talk about the well poisoning plan. You see another discussing the Blue Sand Initiative, and it seems to describe some addictive effect, and it looks like it progressively gets worse, and then eventually starts causing violent behavior. And
Uh,
as listed below, it seems to suggest that the goal is to cause large scale riots and civil unrest and possibly the toppling of the government.
okay, cool. Very
And
neat.
this takes you time. There's multiple documents that have all that in there.
Okay, cool. Could I
Uh,
read about the well initiative as well?
yeah, and then yeah, it basically it describes the poisoning. Basically, it seemed like the effect was to take the lower class citizenry, the people in the slums and areas, and then have them start get some sort of plague and start dying off. And again, it seems to have been focused on causing civil unrest, and then
Hmm.
they were planning on poisoning the different wells in the city, and with the something similar to the blue sand that was meant to cause a similar effect with riots and extreme behavior. And it seems like their ultimate goal in that case was still to basically destabilize the government.
Okay,
And Ragu, what are you
cool.
doing?
I was checking all these alchemy things and alchemy
Could
supplies
you
and
speak a little
tools.
louder?
Sorry, can you hear me better now?
A little bit.
Hello? Okay. I was going through the alchemy supplies and tools and kits and
Yep,
seeing
and
what all
yeah,
stuff they
you
had.
basically the recipes for the various poisons used in the wells and for the blue sand are all right there. So, given the materials, or the proper materials, you could actually reproduce these things. In addition, there's enough alchemy equipment here to make a full alchemy set if you wanted to take it.
Okay. Actually, I was gonna ask, is it of a good quality or is it
Yeah, it would
satisfied
basically
alchemy
be.
kit?
It would actually be a +1 to over a regular alchemy kit.
I'm definitely taking it. Thank you.
And meanwhile, Pico, what are you doing?
Um, I was going to bring the captive back over to the door here so we could see what went on. And while we're at it, I'm going to ask, by the way, might I ask, is your name Sheila?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. Based on the circumstances, it seemed like that was the only person you could have been, but I just wanted to be sure.
Okay. My, I don't. My family didn't ask you because they're dead. So who asked you?
Um, do you know of any of the other prisoners might have had a fond eye for you?
Oh yeah. Are they still alive?
Yep, they're the reason we knew to look for you.
Oh. Wow. I wasn't sure what was going to happen to them. I saw the cells were empty, and I just thought that they were gone.
Uh, well, I'd like to thank you for being a little more cooperative than they were. I had to be a little bit mean in order to get them to cooperate. They actually thought we were cultists.
They're not very bright.
Uh, so anyway, I'm sure they'll be happy to see that you're safe, and they'll be even happier once they realize that we are in fact freeing everybody.
I don't want to go in there.
That's fine. I'm just going to poke my head in to see what we're investigating, and yeah, I'm not going to leave your side. Um, okay, and I'm peeking in, and I'm just saying, "Wow, holy crap! This is one heck of a meth lab."
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah.
they're cooking up in here.
And there's a bunch already produced here. I don't know how we're gonna get rid of this, but we need to get rid of this.
I could burn it,
Um, I'm gonna
but
take
like,
a few samples just for experimentation purposes. But
sure.
yeah, wait a second. Seeing what I see about all these alchemy um, supplies and how to make this stuff, it should give me an idea on the properties of this stuff. Would burning it actually be bad, putting all this drug smoke into the air for anybody to breathe?
Yeah, chances are if you burn it, it will basically cause essentially a nauseous cloud that you'll be breathing directly into your lungs, which will cause the effects to be accelerated.
Hmm.
No, no,
Okay.
we cannot burn this stuff. I will think of a way to destroy it, but we cannot let it burn. It will just make a big cloud of drugs.
We can always like do that as we're leaving the room.
No, it is not just here. I mean, look, there's that boiler thing, that boiler furnace in the center of the room. Where does
Mm.
it go? Look at the pipe. It goes
Oh,
up and up and up. It will go
fair
out into the
enough.
city.
Yeah, that's probably not good. Um, all right,
I will
cool.
do it. I will do it. We'll investigate the rest of this. Just give me a moment. I'm
Okay.
gonna try and think of a different way to neutralize, but that'll be
Okay,
some
go ahead and give
alchemy, I
me an
guess.
alchemy roll then.
All right. Wait a second. No, I do not have advantage. Um. Woohoo!
Okay, yeah, I mean, it'll probably take you an hour, but there's enough stuff here that you can basically concoct an antidote, and by applying that, you can basically neutralize the stuff.
Okay, and is this antidote an actual antidote to blue
Yeah,
sand?
meaning that you could apply it to people being affected by the stuff.
All right, and these boxes down here, they're full of lots of blue sand,
Yeah.
That's what I was
right?
told.
All right. So I'm gonna have to make up a whole lot of this antidote stuff. Can I just do it by whipping it up in these bathtubs here?
Yeah, basically. However, if you wanted enough to counteract everything, it would probably take you about 8 hours.
Mm.
Oh, I'll go ahead and share that though. I think I can destroy all of this stuff, but it might take me some time. But I have some ideas. If you give me an hour, I can make. How much can you make in an hour? Right, Jeremy?
Yeah, an hour would give you basically enough to be an antidote for maybe a dozen people.
Oh, okay. But
Well
not enough to
then,
just. Yeah, we're
yeah.
looking to destroy this stock here.
I bet we could just, what if instead of burning it and releasing smoke, we like used acid or just like melted it down into something different
Well,
so it wouldn't
here's a
have that
thought.
effect.
I mean, I'm no expert on this, but generally, as far as I know, the reason that alchemical recipes are so tricky is because you have to be fairly precise. Um, what if we just mixed these things in a bunch of very deliberately wrong proportions?
Well, that's just it. They're already pre-made blue sand. We're simply looking to destroy it.
Yeah,
These
No, but that's all
bottles
there
here.
is in here.
yeah.
There's none of the
Yeah.
components to make
No,
it.
there is the components to make it. That's what
Yeah,
ragu would be using to make the antidotes.
Hmm.
yeah.
So I was
You can
just
basically the components would be like in the bottles, on the tables, in this box over here. But these two boxes are just blue sand.
Let's
Yeah,
just
so I
throw
if
it
you
was
in a
guys.
bunch of
thinking about
acid and
tainting it by adding too much in of a of one ingredient in some of them or what have you.
Actually, that might not be the most horrible of ideas, but if we're looking to destroy this Oreo, this is already a drug, a poison. But if we were to add something a little more lethal, anybody taking it would instantly die, but not be doing
No,
the
that's
mind control,
that
right?
sounds
oh
horrible. That is
Well,
the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I'm trying to think of something faster than 8 hours, unless you want to be carrying all this stuff
Well,
up with you.
but like making it so it's just a fucking poison is not gonna destroy
All
it. Let's
right.
just put it in a bunch of acid or
Hold
just
on,
leave it.
hold on here. Okay. Don't we have to technically come back here because the idea is to get the Vox crew to destroy the other thing? That's gonna take time, isn't it? We're gonna come back.
although he's at the entrance, so
But does he have like the ability to create that many new zombies in the spot? I thought that thing took time.
Yeah.
we don't
It
necessarily
takes
need a
spell
large
slots.
number of them.
It does at least take spell slots.
That's my point, right? To
Yeah,
take the
it
whole
doesn't
number of
have.
spell slots, and I don't know how much he has. I don't know how much he's willing to put up. So that's why I'm saying, like, if there's a chance to just come back to this again, lock this up, make sure that everything is kind of closed up. You can come back and take care of this more carefully later.
Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, I've got a question. So we've been going past a bunch of water passages. Have we actually been dealing with bona fide sewers?
Yeah, there's definitely some sewers. The water in here doesn't necessarily look like not the one you found so far, but some of the straight paths were basically sewers.
Can I go
Well,
ahead and make an alchemy check? What would this stuff do dissolved in water?
If it was
To see where we're
diluted
going.
enough, and it's not drinking water, eventually it'll eventually dilute to the point where it doesn't really do anything. Um, the issue is that if you put it in drinking water and there's still enough of the content, so if you were to dump it in a well, it would probably be terrible. But if
I
you were to
have
dump
an
it into the
idea.
ocean, it wouldn't do anything.
I think it's a pretty smart idea. Let's just take the boxes and dump it into the poison water.
I had thought of that, although there is the potential concern that if they're deliberately creating that, maybe that wouldn't. We could
Yeah, if
experiment with
they're
that a bit, but I was thinking if we started by just dumping sewer water into this stuff and make it unappealing to even use, that's a
Yeah.
start.
Mm-hmm.
And if diluting it is fine, yeah, we can dump it in water that nobody's gonna ever drink anyway to get rid of it.
Yeah, I mean they're making lots and lots and lots of that poison liquid. I mean, they have to be using it for something if they're slowly injecting it into the drinking water of the city.
Um, have you guys looked around to see if any of that toxic water is being used in this room?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that toxic water is one of the ingredients,
Hmm.
but only in small doses.
That's probably the stuff that makes you go crazy and attack people.
Yeah, it might just produce more extreme effects if we dump the stuff in. Although, if it were dumped into that toxic water,
That would make it just a more toxic sludge. But then,
Yeah,
wait a
and
second.
nobody's gonna
That
really
the
purposefully
yeah.
drink that.
yeah.
The toxic water up there. Is it just being contained, or is there a drain where it is running off into somewhere, or is it just being contained up there?
You didn't see a drain or anything. It does seem to be just being contained. You suspect that the artifact being used is smart enough to stop pouring once it gets too full.
Oh, in that case, yes, that's an excellent idea. Let us dump the blue sand in
Yeah,
there, and I will still take enough alchemy supplies to make at least 12 doses of the cure. But that will be an hour. I can do that later with my supplies at home.
Okay.
All right. So we'll deal with that when we start getting Devok and Ire involved.
So
Uh,
that would be 2 pounds of supplies and then a pound for the kit.
Okay. Oh, the
I think it's a
ugh,
pound. Let me double check actually. Hold on.
because alchemist supplies are normally 8 pounds,
Okay,
and
so
there's my
it'd be
plus
eight
one
pounds for the kit
supplies.
and 2 pounds for the supplies.
uh, Turning away from this discussion for a bit, I'm going to turn to Sheila and I'm going to ask, did you ever have an opportunity to overhear any of the occultists talking about their plans?
Um, uh, a little. They were talking about being they were being pressured by somebody, I think, to make more of something sand. Um,
Yeah, blue sand. That's what
a-
we're trying to destroy in the other
and
room.
I don't think they were making enough of it, or something. And then they were also trying to do something about a an altar, something about chaos, um,
Yeah,
and yeah, but they it seemed like people at some red place wasn't happy with them. And there was this woman who kept coming and asking for an update, whatever that is, and they kept telling her to come back later.
yep. Granted, she's up to no good, but in a way, she's part of the reason you're alive right now. Her incompetence is part of how we managed to find this place.
Yeah, she seemed to be acting sneaky, but you know how some people they act sneaky, but they stand out more because they're acting sneaky.
Oh, yeah. One last question on a more somber note. Did they happen to mention at all what your role was as far as their sacrifice attempt?
Mm, I think they needed a certain amount of blood, but
Hmm.
it wasn't for the sand stuff. It was for the altar.
All right. Well, we're going to destroy that so they won't have a reason to try to do that to anyone.
Although they said it had to be special blood, so they had certain conditions had to be met.
That's interesting. What conditions do you know?
No, but apparently I meet them.
Um, have you been aware of anything that makes you unique going through life?
Um, no, I've been on the streets as far as long as I remember.
Hmm. They may have. That might have been a selling point if they wanted somebody that they thought nobody would miss. There's probably more to it than that. Yeah, we may need to figure that out at some point. Obviously, and without causing any harm.
Okay.
All right. So we ready to start getting the help everybody escape?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I need to
Yes.
go destroy an altar first.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
destroy an altar and dump the sand.
Um, how much? Actually, how many? How much sand are we talking? How long would it take us to move it into the other room?
Yeah, how
You
much
see
does
these
this
Can
big,
weigh?
huge
can
So
boxes?
basically, each of these boxes is probably about 100 pounds.
Oh,
wait, Ragu, can't you just do another floating disc? Yours probably ran out because we've already been here for an hour or something, right? So can't you just make
Yeah.
another one and put everything on it?
So I'll ritual cast a floating disc. We can get both of those boxes on one and just get it out into the other room,
Yeah,
and then we can literally just set it down and dump.
yeah,
Okay.
don't
that
let
works.
any of the water touch you, though.
All right, I'm gonna go
All right.
ahead and
Anything else in these bookshelves? Then did you want to
I
go
only
since you
searched
were
the left
interested
one.
in that other
Actually,
book?
during that hour, yeah, could I have been searching
Yeah,
the...
it's all
Hmm,
the same stuff. So
okay,
you found everything you were gonna find.
got it.
all
I
right.
like to start chipping things off with the daggers.
Fair enough. You start chipping away. It appears to be normal stone. There's no special resistance to it, so it definitely, you know, it's going to take time, but you're definitely cutting into it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, be careful, Galen. I think up that way is some unstable flooring.
Yeah,
All right, please
I'm
come with me, Sheila.
gonna go find the altar again.
So yeah, she's basically hanging on to your fur again. So
Yeah,
just go where you're going to go, and I'll just move her there.
okay.
I will go ahead
Oh, I
and
don't need to
start
go this way. This way.
helping
And
wail on things.
All right. So what are you guys doing, Oreo, Ragu, and Galen?
Sorry, we're gonna try and break this altar.
Okay, yeah, like I said,
Just out of curiosity, is there?
it doesn't appear to be enforced magically yet. So it does take you guys some time, but in 10, 15 minutes or so, you're able to break it apart.
Cool.
okay.
Okay.
And
And
Pico, I take it you're leaving.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll climb up. I'll have Sheila get on the ladder behind me. I'm gonna go ahead and climb up and just keep a lookout at the top of the ladder till I get confirmation that everything's taken care of down below.
Okay, fair enough.
Um, I come over here and it's like everybody's leaving. We gotta dump the boxes. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so where are you dumping the boxes?
I'll just there's two big long boxes. Tensor's floating disc brings them out here. I will literally just tip them up so they both just pour right into here. And with
Okay.
this thing pouring down on it, it'll just churn and mix it all up. So
And
it'll
it does
it'll
so.
be
And
just
after a while, the extra material actually causes the flow of the water to stop, and you just see a pool of sludge,
Gross.
and it turns more bluish in color.
Can I go ahead and break these circles?
Yep. You can basically just break the lines, and that'll be
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna break both the circles before we go.
Okay.
okay. I will Tensor's floating disc. Ritual cast Tensor's floating disc on our treasure, and it'll follow us up and out.
All right. All right.
I think it's
If
this
everybody
way.
stacks up where your Pico is, then I will move you up the ladder. All right. And I think everybody's here. I'm just making duplicates of you all in order to get the Stila there. All right. So you have reached the top. So what are you going to do?
Um, we could try checking to the west. I think we might be able to get to the entryway that popped up out of the ruin building. Right? Oh, wait, no, we need to meet up with Vox, so we'll go the other way.
Yeah.
But if that is the case, though, Pico, you might actually be able to help close up the tunnel that supposedly people were going through to initiate, because that's something that might be another way in here. Follow me
Uh,
if you can help.
all right, let's go that way. And then I'm assuming Sheila's sticking close.
Yeah, she's following you.
I believe it's no, not the. Is it? No. Hold on. It was one further away. Sorry, have to go up. Next hallway over. To the left here.
Um, Once you've reached this point, you can feel a cold draft coming from the north. Okay, go ahead.
A cold draft. Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, it's the
Coming
well,
from this way.
we haven't checked on the zombies yet. The
Yeah,
dead.
but I will show you guys anyway, though, the tunnel thing. So if we go here and here, there's a tunnel here that goes out to who knows where, but if we can block this spot, might be worthwhile time to close it up.
Is this the way we came in at the beginning originally?
No, not even.
Okay.
We should maybe check out where that goes at some point.
I don't know how far it goes. I mean, it's a good idea, but I mean, if the idea is to just wrap things up here and get out of here for now, we still have
But
this to
but
deal with.
but we
Hmm.
we already know of at least three other entrances onto this place, and we have not cleared all of it out yet, so to speak, or explored all of it. So we were thinking about having to come back, but
Okay,
right
that's
now we
fine.
have a heavy
Yeah,
burden and
yeah, of
a lot
course.
to do.
Sure, let's get out of here.
Okay.
So, are we going to try and clear this passage or not worry about it?
I'm getting the impression that we're not supposed to, so that's
All
what
right,
I.
we'll leave it alone.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean, it's only one of how many, and we don't know all the entrances.
Fair enough. I mean, we know there's at least three, not counting that one.
Hmm.
And yeah, and if you're getting a cold breeze off there to the west, we want to avoid that.
Okay.
Um, Sheila, did anybody ever happen to mention any crypts down here?
Something about a place where the undead. Um, I think something about um, riots and the government and then the what was it? The army of the undead will wipe out the rest of the people.
Okay, we gotta check out those crypts at some
Not
point.
right now. This is the worst time to be
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
not now though.
Yeah,
There's gotta be
And you're
hundreds
definitely
of
we
not
are
going
going to
that
them.
way.
come back. We are going to come back with a
So
plan to
where
take out.
exactly is it that the Devok and the others are?
Go north. Yeah. And then, yeah. Keep on go. Oh, there's the waterway. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I think at this point we can go west. Let's see.
This place looks familiar. Weren't there some big monsters here at one point?
There were.
Uh,
They
yeah,
hurt. They're gone.
yes, I'm still feeling the effects of them. Yes.
Oh, this is, I think, the passage up to the ruined building. That's not going to reunite us with everybody. So let's back up and go to the north a bit. Because, yeah, she recognizes it. 'Cause, yeah, we approached this from the north, I think.
Yeah, we came from this direction.
Yeah, there's that waterway again. So we'll keep going north. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah, there. We don't want to go in there. Okay, this room's dead end, so we need to go further north.
This place
Yep,
is
just
confusing. How do you know where to
Yeah,
go?
no.
we spent way more time in here than we'd like.
Yeah, this is.
Feels like days for us. And yep, here's our entryway. We want to keep going west.
Okay. So are you taking it out?
Yep, let's go ahead and reunite her with everybody.
I'll just go ahead and move everybody here. And
I have no sight.
yeah,
Nobody
because
does yet.
apparently I don't have everybody here. Let me go ahead and place everybody. Hold one moment. So let's see. We have Pico. We have Galen, Oreo, and Ragu. Okay, you guys should be able to see you're in the building at the moment.
All right, and basically one of these side rooms. This one would have made the most sense to put the captives in since it's the biggest.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So Davok and Ire and the captives would be there.
All right. All right, so popping my head in the door, I look around and immediately focus my unblinking eyes on the one who mentioned Sheila.
He's looking your direction and cowering.
Hmm.
What?
Hmm.
I go ahead and usher Sheila over, and I
Oh,
brought
you're
someone.
alive, and they kind of run together and hug, and it's like, I thought you were dead. Wait, why'd you rescue? I'm confused. And
Because
Sheila
we're
looks at him and says, "Because they're not cultists, you moron." And he's like, "What?" But he yelled at me, and he's like, "Yeah, it's because you're being an idiot." Uh, okay, so we're actually gonna be free? Like, yes, you moron. What do you do, Pico?
yep. So, yep, this is in fact a rescue, and I only did that because it seemed like it was the only way we were going to get anybody to cooperate. I realized that under those circumstances, the idea of being rescued seemed so far away. But anyway, so this being the case, we're going to go ahead and untie everybody.
Okay. You can
This
see
was
they're
really all
kind
for
of
show.
rubbing where the ropes were tied and everything, but they seem
Hmm.
to, mostly look grateful.
Hmm.
But they're also still seem to be kind of scared and confused.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Sheila here mentioned that that the cultists were looking for special individuals. Did they say anything similar to any of you?
Yeah, I guess if Sheila wasn't didn't work, they were gonna go to us. But they were pretty sure that she was gonna work. I think.
Uh, did they give any indication that what might be considered special about any of you?
Yeah, I think it's because she has elf blood in her.
Oh.
Hmm, interesting. Huh.
Oh.
And
Didn't
so
the
looking
elf?
over, does that seem to be the case for all of them? Am I seeing elves and half
No,
elves?
actually, she's the only one.
Hmm.
Elf blood. So maybe they have some trace elven blood. Aren't the elves now mostly gone out of this world
Yeah, any
for
any
whatever
elf
reason?
over 30, I think, is gone.
That's weird. We should. I wonder if that has something to do with this.
All right. Well, we did find a lot of information, so we probably don't really need to debrief any of these individuals. So do we need to bring them anywhere temporarily, see if we can figure out anything special about them, or just allow them to go about their business now?
Um, I think we could probably let them go about their business, but if they have houses, I kind of want to know where they are so that we can continue to talk to them and figure out whether it was like actually
Yeah.
elven blood that they needed or anything else.
Maybe we should be taking these people at least for the moment to somewhere
Ragu, I can't hear
somewhere.
you.
Sorry, is this better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be taking these people to some of our guilds for the moment, for protection. I mean, we can just say yes, go about your business, and an hour and a half from now, when the cultists realize that their prisoners are gone, they just come get them off the street again. That is not very safe.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, keep better eye on them.
That's true. So, two choices then. Uh, Galen, do you think that the temple would? I mean, I know there's usually help the you know people experiencing difficult times. Do you think they'd be particularly suited to help? We do, after all, need to talk to your contact there, find out some information.
I'm sure that the temple would be more than willing to help.
Yeah. Failing that, we could take them to our guild, and they can do more formal discussion to find out more. But then again, we're going to be providing most of that information anyway.
Yeah, I was not Devak's guild. Wasn't Devak told about this place? The
Yes, but
guild we're
I think
dealing
his
with right
guild
now.
is uniquely unsuited for caring for people.
Ah, yes. Okay. Of course. Of course.
So I'm thinking that yeah, we'll take them to the temple. So yeah, we'll go that way. I do have one request to ask of all of you, is that would you be so kind as to allow us to well, I guess it's technically more than one request, but let us know where we'd be able to find you if we needed any other information, and also if you could please contact us if you notice anything out of the ordinary.
You were asking this of the prisoners, former prisoners.
Yes, because we're dealing with a large group. This is not the only cell, so you could still be in danger long term. Other people could be in danger, and
Um,
anything you're able to do to assist would be
Sheila
well
raises her
appreciated.
hand.
I
All right.
think.
Well, you see, we don't have homes. We lived on the street. Um, I think I think I think they're from like the shanty towns. I think that one over there hung out in the Sadaga district. Um, I kind of went between different areas. None of us have homes, so we just go wherever.
I
So
have I have an idea.
We can have them stay at the temple too.
Well, there's that, but long term here, I can talk to my contacts and see about potentially getting you guys settled somewhere, to help get you guys off the ground again. And I
Yeah,
look at
like
the
I.
others. I think this is also a pretty good time to maybe help them out a bit more, financially speaking.
Yeah, I was gonna say sort of like a, witness relocation program, because
Yeah,
especially
but
this girl here, if she is as much elf as she looks, the little cutie, and I kind of nuzzle her head, then she will be valuable to more than just this one set of gray cults, I think.
right. I mean, more specifically, we found quite a bit down here, if you know what I mean.
Oh
The big
yes.
chest. I think we can let these guys have some of it just so that they can help kind of get them
Yeah.
settled again.
Well, yes, but first let's get them to the church for tonight, get them rested, get some more information out of them, divvy up, and see what we got. I do know I have some alchemy things to be doing, and then maybe we can get some better information. But yes, that they can have some of this and be able to go on their way. But is
All
there
right.
anybody else in the group that looks more than half elven?
no, she's the only one that has obvious elven features.
Okay. Well, no, it does
Um,
not look it very much, little one, but I too am a little bit elven.
mhm.
Mm. Maybe they'll try to. They were. Maybe they'll try to capture you too. So maybe you should be careful.
Yeah.
Oh yes, do not worry. I shall always be a pain in the side of anybody who wants to capture me, but I think we'll be looking out for you.
For the time being, we'll take you to a temple to be kind of cared for initially. And my recommendation would be that if you have any information you think might be useful to us, would be to leave a message for us at the temple. It's probably the least conspicuous area for you to stop by. And I'm sure that my compatriots can make sure that his contacts get that information to all of us.
It looks like most of them still seem kind of shocked and confused, but Sheila nods and she's like, "Okay."
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well,
they're shocked and confused. They need to sit
Yeah,
down, eat.
let's take him to the temple.
yep. Let's head on our way.
Okay. So, yep, you guys wind up taking them all to the temple. There aren't many people there this time of day, but once you arrive, I can take you everybody to the map as well, if I remember where that is. There it is. Okay, and then I'll just pull everybody over so you can see Galen, Oreo, Ragu. All right, so you approach the temple, and you can see that there are still people around, even though it's nighttime for services. In fact, Pico, you recognize one of the people sitting on the benches. He was sitting on that exact same bench when you were here last time.
Hmm.
So what do you do?
Um, Nudging Sheila, I'm gonna ask. Do you recognize that guy?
She looks. I don't know.
Hmm.
Do I recognize him?
Yeah, he was last time you
Yeah.
were at the temple. He was in that same spot as well.
He might just be one of the temple guards.
Hmm.
Nah, the temple guard would be standing and looking like guardly. He is looking like he is trying to hide something.
I don't know.
Can I insight check him?
Yep.
Oh, I'm got some really good ideas on figuring that out. I'm gonna give myself some expert guidance. Blink and add a D4, so 18.
So you're looking at him, and he seems relaxed, but as people walk by, you can see he darts their direction, and and it seems like he's aware of everybody around him. He doesn't have any sort of obvious outward malice, though.
I think he's just a like a temple plant. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like something they do because they don't want to seem hostile. Like we want to have the doors open to everyone. You know what I mean?
I'm
But we
not
also need to
trusting.
stay
I do
safe.
not think he works. I do not. Yeah,
Why don't I just go ask one of the higher ups?
I can just go talk to him, and I put one hand on my sword and
You enter, and you can see Paradin up ahead. He seems to be giving some sort of nighttime sermon. You recognize Jameson. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you
Oh,
his
it's this
name.
guy, right?
Yeah, so he's one of the priests.
Yeah,
Let me go ahead and there you should be able to see his name. Maybe. No. Anyway, he's James. Oh,
it's
there he
fine.
is. Yeah, he's basically sitting on the bench, apparently taking a break.
Okay, well, I'll wait for Paradin then to be done with his service so I can chat with him, and then I guess I'll talk with Jameson in the meantime.
Okay, so he approached Jameson as he nods. Says, "Welcome, my son. I haven't seen you as much lately. How are you doing?"
I'm doing pretty well, working with my group to clean up the city and whatnot.
Very good.
Thank you.
Is there anything you
Yeah.
needed, or are you just here for worship?
No, I actually did need to call upon some favors here. We have some people we've rescued from a nearby cult. We were hoping if they could spend the night here under care of the temple. Do we have any open beds
Wait,
and food?
a cult, you say? Please wait here. And then you see him kind of
Let me get
rushing off
Paradin.
toward Paradin. And Paradin's in the middle of speaking, and then he
No, I
stops,
didn't want to
seeing
interrupt.
Jameson arrive. And then Jameson whispers to Paradin. And then you hear Paradin, my apologies, my fine people, but a emergency has come up, and I'm afraid that the sermon has been canceled for tonight. Please lead the way, Jameson. And they head back your direction.
Okay.
Please, Galen. Start from the. Actually, no. Um, let's go somewhere private. We don't want to cause undue stress. So
Of
please
course
follow
not.
me. And he leads
Uh,
you around the corner and into a room. You
Wonderful.
can see there's a prayer area. There's scrolls. It looks like an area possibly for confession. Um,
hmm
and then it says, "Please, Galen, start from the beginning."
Okay. So we've lately been investigating this group. Well, I'm forgetting out of character what it's called. The Sword people? Like the
The
Sword of
black
Justice?
the Gray Cult.
sword, the
Oh,
Gray
that,
Cult.
yeah.
That one, yeah. We've been investigating this organization called the Gray Cult as they've been doing some pretty bad things across the city, and we
They were
found
doing
that
the blue sand. You got
yeah,
hired to
we
investigate
found
them.
connections to them and the blue sand epidemic, as well as other attempts to poison the city. Um,
The blue sand, you say, is.
hmm
Um, may I ask before we continue? Was Himela really part of that?
um, I don't remember actually.
Yeah.
Had we had found stuff for that?
Are you asking as a player or character?
No, out of character. Yeah, sorry, as a player, not as character.
There was the whole HV reference and stuff like that at
Yeah,
the at Kensing's Carpentry.
And
but we
more
didn't
than the
find any
HV
solid
reference, we
information,
did
right?
find, yes, we did. Aside from
Oh,
just the HV reference, we found a letter saying HV is Hemela
One of
oh,
the
lineage.
patrons,
that's right.
Kensing
Yeah,
patrons. Yeah,
yeah,
she's
we
listed as a major patron.
okay, I think I missed that session. Yeah, we did find I'll talking to Paradin now. Yes, we did find connections between them and the blue sand.
Well, in that case, my son, you probably want to take a seat over there. I have something to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Um, Krogar, well, he had a personal interest in all of this,
Mm-hmm.
and he believed that somehow that she was involved. I think there was someone else who fed him the information. Actually, I'm not sure how he knew, but
Mm-hmm.
Krogar, he reacted rather poorly, and my understanding is he used his connections from when he was on the street and hired an assassin that
Oh.
attempted to take Camilla's life. I believe it actually the attempt was made, or at least prepared to be made, during the celebration. I believe the assassin was caught. I'm not sure who caught him.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Oh
so
my
since
God.
then he has been arrested.
Hmm.
And the Valenstar family has been notified of his involvement.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing what we can, but he is still imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, but you came here for something. Yes, continue.
Well, that is terrible news, but thank you for telling me. Yes, the Grey Cult has connections to, I'm sure you know of it, the Black Dragon. I think that's what it's called, the Black Dragon, and they're trying to bring about the end of all
Or
times, as most
You
cults
see
are.
that he is now sitting on the floor,
Yeah.
and he says that that cannot be. He has no power in this world.
I'm afraid they're using sacrifices to channel his power into this world and set up bastions of his influence. We managed to break all of his altars, in the place that we were and stuff like that. But one of my friends who got close to the altar was actually contacted by the dragon and heard his voice. So he's very much here.
Okay. And you've come to inform me of this?
No, the sacrifices that they were using to foster this connection are people from the street, and we didn't think it would be safe for them really anywhere else, and we needed housing for them. So if I could, I have out of character, I have a couple like favors with the church, so if I need to spend one of those, I can. But I was gonna ask you, Paradin, if they could spend some time here to get on their feet, resting in the beds, eating from
Where
like
are they now?
they're outside with the rest of my group. We can go meet them, or I can bring them in if you would like.
I I shall go out there and meet them at first.
Okay,
Please lead the way.
of course. I take him out to the rest of our group.
Okay. Okay, so he goes outside and then he sees the group, and at this point in time, Sheila is still hanging on your fur, Pico. It's actually kind of painful. She's holding on so tight. Um, and Paradin looks over the group and he says, he bows his head and he says, of course, we would be remiss if we do not take people in such need. Young ones, I, you will be staying here for some period. You will be given meals and clothing, medicine if you need it. You will, you will have some minor requirements put upon you, mainly in behavior, and we request your presence during one of the services. But outside of that, you are free to do as you will. But you will, of course, there are certain areas that you will be barred from entering for safety purposes. And they're all kind of just staring at him. And Sheila's like holding on to Pico. It's like, he whispers. She's trying to whisper in your ear, but she's a lot shorter than you are, Pico. She's like,
I'll crouch down and and actually, I'm going to say mentally, to her, I can read lips, so you can just mouth what you want to say.
she looks confused for a moment, and then says, "Is this a good idea?"
Do you have any specific concerns? I'm going to go ahead and kind of usher her to the side so nobody can see her face as she's talking.
I don't know. It's like a bunch of scary people and ceremonies and stuff.
It's probably a different experience, although for what it's worth, some of the people here have been trying to stop the spread of blue sand. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, though. If you think this isn't a good idea, we can take you elsewhere for the time being.
Can you give me a persuasion check?
Sure. Uh, and that's what I about expected. Although,
Actually, I would say you'd probably have advantage because she's been sticking pretty close to you. So go ahead and try that again.
although do I really need a persuasion check to say that I'm going to trust her judgment?
No, it's more whether your words are enough to make her think that this place is okay.
Well,
Because
I'd
she
already.
believes you on the trust your judgment part already.
Okay. Well, that's the thing is, if she's concerned about this, I'm not sure I'm going to try and convince her about this. I mean,
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, she's like, I just don't know because they did lots of ceremonies there and it was scary and I don't
mhm.
know if this place is any different.
Mm-hmm.
It's prettier. It looks nicer, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Um,
yeah.
mentally to Galen,
Mm,
there's at least some concern that all this ceremony and ritual and belief system maybe feels a little bit too similar to what they experienced in captivity. This may
mm.
not be the as ideal as I had thought.
I think that this is probably the best course of action. The ceremony here is very different, I can assure you, from the ceremony there, and if they go to even one service, they'll be able to tell that. I think that they should try for at least a day. They're not kept here. They're not going to be prisoners. If they don't want to stay, they don't have to. But I
Mhm.
think that they should at least stay the night and try to get their bearings straight. This is at least a place that they should be able to feel
Hey,
safe here.
I've got an idea. What if Ire here went ahead and stayed with them for the night?
Well, not only could we have Ira do that, but as I said, I have favors with the church that I can call
Hmm.
in and I could ask for them to be specially guarded.
And actually, since this is your place anyway, what if you stayed here for the night? I
That
mean,
would be fine. I haven't been here in a while. I've been missing out on some services and probably some duties as well.
Oh,
yeah,
speaking of, um, is Ire part of this church as well?
Yes, Ira is also part of this church.
yeah, that's why I called him out.
Um, oh, okay. Speaking of, Ire, Galen, if you're going to get some things corrected, well, I do know that Ire and myself could use a little bit of guiding help,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do not know if Devok or somebody else got hit as well, but I do know that we are a little worse for wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I could talk to some people and we could all receive some sort of medicine here.
Yeah, yeah, a greater restoration each.
Yeah, I'm sure I could talk to some people and have that done if we all
Yeah,
want to
because
stay here tonight.
I was gonna
Mentally
say
to
I'm. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say above board. I think you missed it, but we did get into a fight with some stone golems, and our hit points are permanently reduced until a greater restoration. And I know Ire and myself got hit, but I don't know. I think Devok might have gotten hit, but I'm
Oh,
not sure.
well then yeah,
But
we
yeah,
should
we're
definitely
we're in
stay
need of
here.
some gear. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get a lot of help here. I think that it maybe would be beneficial for us to all stay the night.
Okay, so you guys were
Yes.
talking amongst yourselves. So Paradin was kind of waiting. So what is it you say to everybody else?
Mentally to Galen, I was gonna. Well, actually,
Do you want me to try and talk to the ex-prisoners and convince them of the safety and freedom and
how
benefits of this
about
place?
this? Um, m- we can have most stay, but if Sheila here would feel more comfortable elsewhere for the time being, I think we can indulge that request for the time being, and maybe also seeing later on that everybody else is okay, especially if you and I are around. That might help ease the situation.
Okay. I I I personally think everybody should stay the night here, but if that's what she wants, that's what she wants.
Mhm.
We
So,
have a very nice shop with some flowers. Would you like to go look at some flowers?
I mean,
Just to try
uh,
and put the child at ease.
yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that then. So, um, although, yeah, actually, if everybody else is okay, we'll leave them here. We could take, yeah, then maybe have Devok and Iyer stay with her because we've got other things to attend to for the time being. They can stay with her over at the florist, looking at Ragu as I say that, and then we come back and then we can go ahead and figure out the evening's accommodations.
All right. So what are you guys saying to Paradin about all this?
Okay. So we'd like to leave most of the group in your care. I believe there's some things we'd still like to discuss with one of the individuals, since we learned a lot, but we still have a great deal of questions. So we'll return later, but yeah, we'll bring one of them along with us for the time being.
He nods his head. So the rest will be staying here for the time being then.
Yes, please.
Okay, we can certainly accommodate that. Come along, young ones. Let me show you to your rooms. Or actually, Jameson, go ahead and take them to one of the northern rooms. We have some beds free, and there's no one else there at the moment. They'd probably feel better if they didn't have a bunch of strangers around all the time. And so he starts taking them away. Um, and that young one, she points at Sheila, who is currently hiding behind you, Pico, and holding onto your fur. I'm taking it that you are taking her along.
Yes, we'll care for her for the time being and learn more about what happened. Uh, they all had a difficult situation, but given the circumstances, hers was worse.
I see. Well, I will leave that to you then. Was
Mhm.
there anything else that you needed?
Um, yeah, I know that you're already doing so much for us, but I'd like to call in one of my favors and ask that that group is specially guarded, as they might be targets of interest for the cult.
I see. One moment, please. You see him kind of walk over and start whispering to the
Yeah, I
person on the
told you
bench,
guys.
and
God.
then walk back, and you see the person just kind of walk past you. He nods, and then he
Yeah,
follows Jameson.
yeah, see you, bud. You guys are so silly.
Yes. So we will take care of that. Was there anything else?
For now, I think we're okay. I
What
might,
about that restorative healing that was asked
yeah, we
about?
we might need some healing later tonight. I don't know if you, Pico, wanted to have the rest of the group investigating with us for now, but some members of our group are injured magically and they would
Yes.
need some restoration.
You have done a lot for us. At a game meta, this would be a favor.
Yeah, I'll
So
spend the favor.
we can certainly have the clerics apply the restorative magic as needed.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Paradin.
We can do that now if you wish. It only takes a few minutes.
That would be
Guys?
excellent.
All right, let's go
Yes.
ahead and do that.
So he takes you inside and into a room. You can see some clerics, and they go through and they cast healing spells, and greater restoration is needed. So everybody is at full hit points, and your maximums are back to normal.
Wonderful. All right, I spent one of my favors.
All
Thank
right.
you very, very
He's
much, Galen.
helping they're helping the whole party or just doing the restoration thing?
No, they're doing it to everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. I wasn't going to
Uh,
push for it, but I'll happily accept the
eh,
healing.
I
These
was going to be
favors
happy
take a
with the
lot to get,
restoration.
so
So
it,
Uh,
yeah,
it makes
that
sense.
that was worth a lot. Awesome. Thank
yeah,
you. Like I said, I remember that myself and Ayer both needed it, and I can't remember if Devok needed it, and I think everybody else is okay.
yeah. They're all healed, so we'll put everybody at full.
Awesome.
All right then. Well, I thank you for bringing me that news, Galen,
Yeah,
and I will update you on the state of Krogar as time moves on. It is unfortunate that his anger got the better of him,
yeah.
and I will keep track of your young ones. please return when you can to update me on the progress, and also let me know if you come up with any long-term plans for these young people.
Of
Oh,
course.
oh,
Thank you so
there
much for
is
your
one more
help.
thing.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. There is
No.
one more thing. And kind of in repayment. Can I get some ink and paper real quick?
Sorry, say that thing louder.
I was like, oh, there is one more thing before I forget. I figured something out very important. Can I get some ink and paper real quick?
Okay, yeah, he gives you ink and paper.
And I quickly, but as cleanly as possible, scrawl out the alchemical antidote to blue sand
Okay.
and present it
He
to
looks at
the
that and he
four
says,
healers.
"That will save a great many people, I think. You have my deepest gratitude."
You have mine, thank you.
I think with this and some time, we may be able to eradicate this threat. And he actually bows to you.
Wow.
Well, on the
I
plus side, there's
I'll bow back.
hundreds of pounds worth of blue sand that doesn't need an antidote now.
I am glad to hear it. If only you can demolish the rest of it.
Just getting started.
Well, if that is a lot, but if that is everything, I think it is time to turn in early.
Yeah. All right. Thank you again, Parrot, and I'll be back in soon to see you.
Of course. All right.
All
So
right,
what do you guys
cool.
do?
Well, at this point, I think we've got two choices. We can either talk to, why do I keep forgetting his name, even though it sounds like the guy who got imprisoned?
Krogar?
Krogar.
Rogar. Oh gosh, poor
Can we
guy.
try and talk to Krogar first?
We got him
Or
arrested.
did we?
Wasn't the assassin that we stopped the guy he hired?
Um,
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we didn't get him arrested, but I'm pretty sure
Uh-huh.
we did let, or at least I don't know what you and Iyer said to him before because I wasn't part of that meeting. But if you slipped to him that Helia Valenstar was connected, that might have spurned his actions.
The
I
impression you
If you
don't.
got,
let that
Galen,
slip
is
to him
that
or
you
No.
not.
guys didn't tell him because you
Yeah,
didn't
we
know at the
didn't,
time.
because we didn't talk to him. We didn't tell him
Oh,
that
okay.
because
But
we figured he was too angry to be directly involved in the case, so we left him out of it.
so your
Well,
impression
in that
is that
case, yeah,
shortly
we didn't
after
do
you guys
anything.
found out, some other person came and specifically informed him.
Yeah.
Why don't we find
So
out about that? And then I think we should go talk to Lord Valenstar. So, do we know where he's being held?
You were just told that he is in prison.
we can go ask the guards or a local like
Well, actually, maybe Paradin or that other security guy or whatever. Realize Paradin just dismissed himself, but this is very important.
They tell you that you'll need to seek out the city lord or the council because apparently this has been taken to the highest courts.
Ooh,
And we're actually getting close enough that I think that's where actually we're going to end the session before we get off to doing something completely different.
dang it! I'd at least like to talk to Lord Valenstar and at least just report our findings, because I guess we're still technically in progress, but at least this is, I think, at this point, it feels like we have enough information. I mean, certainly, regardless of the circumstances of how he found out, his motives, he had legitimate motives in this case and stuff that Lord Valenstar is going to want to know about. Uh, yeah, could we at least just try to make a quick meeting with him and then call it there?
Well, given that it's night, you're probably not going to be able to have a meeting with him tonight anyway. That's why I was, saying it's like, yeah, that's the day is going to have to end before you can make meetings with nobles and see the courts and stuff like that.
All right, well then, how about this? We'll do two things that I can think of for sure. One is we'll kind of want to give him a heads up that we want to meet him anyway. Um, so I think we'll go to the Valenstar estate anyway and tell them that we've got urgent information for him. We need to meet with him at his earliest convenience.
And not to put too fine a point on it, but he is a nocturnal creature.
Sorry, say that louder.
He said
Sorry,
Lord Valenstar is a night owl.
Ah,
he is a nocturnal creature.
yeah, but he does, from what you can tell, it doesn't spread that around and at least keeps the impression. Anyway, but okay, that's fine. So what I'll say happens, just to make it easy, is that you go to the Valenstar Estates, and what is it that the guards at the gate stop you? So what is it you tell them?
Uh, we have urgent news for Lord Valenstar and request an audience with him at his earliest convenience.
Okay, and the guard says, and whom I ask is seeking such an audience.
Um, the
Do we
members
have
of
a group
Raging
name?
Ire.
Oh, okay.
Very good. I will deliver your message. As where can you be reached?
Um, I will give him the information for the inn that we normally stay at.
Okay. I have taken your information, and you say this is urgent?
It is. And once he hears who it's from, I think he'll understand.
I see. So I will deliver this message, and whatever response will be sent to this location. So I suspect that if it truly is urgent, he will contact you in the morning.
Thank you kindly.
As soon as that's done and people are heading out, Oreo will tell the group that I'll catch up with you guys later, that I'll meet you guys at the apartments. And she's going to take off to Luce's place. But we don't have to do that now. That's just something for you to know, Jeremy, because
Okay.
she'll want to talk about arrangements for these folks long term.
Okay. Sure.
Actually, before you run off, had something just to take a few minutes. I was actually thinking about the whole thing about a group name and was just realizing that, you know, none of us are really local to this place. I was realizing that Devok, of all people, is the closest at 500 miles away. We're from clear across the continent. Um, Ire and Galen aren't even of this world at all.
Yeah, but
Um,
we popped out of a portal nearby here. At least I did.
so
Yes.
I was thinking that back to when Carl was suggesting that we had a group name, and I was wondering if we called ourselves something like the Foreigners, or the Outsiders, Travelers, or maybe even the Foreign Legion was my first thought. Not sure about that one now, but does anybody feel about a name along those lines?
I like the
Mm,
outsiders. Who wants to be Pony Boy?
Anybody else like the Outsiders?
I really have no opinion. You guys decide for me, and she takes off.
And she's out.
So you have two
I
votes for the outsiders then. Or sorry,
Uh,
one
Obviously,
vote because I don't know which one you prefer, Pico. Sorry, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
what do you think, Ragu?
I am perfectly happy with the outsiders. The outsiders, the foreigners. Yeah,
Well, I
that's a
like
good
the
vote.
Outsiders as well. That's three votes, and if Oreo's abstaining, that's already in a majority. But we can get Devok and Ire's opinion when they're a little less preoccupied.
yeah, they might also have thoughts on what our name should be.
Yeah, but and heck, if either of you have any thoughts, maybe something themed like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, starting to kind of see a bit of the value in having a team name, and I mean, people are already kind of sort of referring to us just based off of the arena combat thing. So might make more sense to pick something that's a little more reflective of all of us before this all gets out of hand.
For sure.
Okay. So
Outside
before we
this.
wrap up, one question is: has anybody here not got two failures?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we all failed a lot.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was just checking. So I'm going to go ahead and show your experience points. So everybody gets 3,870 experience points, 1,050 from encounters, 700 from treasure, 700 from goals. I included rescuing the prisoners and figuring out the blue sand issue. Um, 1,420 from exploration, which includes clues and that kind of thing. And in addition, of course, everybody except Devok and Iyer get 350 points for failing learning by failure.